wide brim is wide brimming. Shades are shading. Swaggery is swaggering.
Swaggers.
Howdy, everyone. Welcome to the Nomikai podcast. I'm your oh so handsome, oh so devilish host, Cherry. And that's
Quincy, you already know.
Yep. And we are back, of course, back at it again, like a rerun. And we are going to be talking about a bunch of stuff. Of course, we're going to be talking about some of our first initial thoughts on some series we have been watching this season. We're going to, of course, discuss some manga recommendations, anime recommendations, a couple of Yu-Gi-Oh! Stuff and things, and also some anime announcements, Season 2 announcement stuff, blah, 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 and all of that.
Cookies and jazz.
Yep, exactly. So we're going to dive right into it, but before we do, we have to let you know what we are a-brewing today. And we are brewing a brewing.
So what we're going to be drinking today
yes,
is going to be a classic that has been on the Nomikai podcast.
and my personal favorite.
And that is going to be gin with some type of orange-ish soda.
Yep, citrusy.
Citrusy, basically. So what we have today is some good old classic Cactus Cooler
Always yummy.
with some Tanqueray London Dry gin.
Yep. Oh, I love this stuff. I say that like I've tasted it before, but I haven't. This is actually a shop recommendation. So we were definitely
Going to try it.
absolutely. Literally, the clerk was just like, "Oh, this shit fire." So we're gonna trust his word, and if it's not,
We're going to have to fight him.
yeah, we know where he works.
And by we, I mean him.
Yeah, and when we say me, we mean, I don't know, I was going to say gang, but like, I don't think they're going to just start jumping an older man for no reason.
I mean, they might, you know.
I don't know, they
Everybody tends to do different things
Yeah,
when
but,
it comes to jumping of old people.
yep. How many times you got to teach you this lesson, old man?
Yeah, see, SpongeBob gets it.
So first, before we go ahead and dive into our concoction, we will be, of course, taking our oh-so-traditional, oh-so-yummy shots as first. Because we want to make sure we like this stuff. You know, we want to make sure we like it as is, and then we can look even more forward to it as we mix it with that yummy Cactus Cooler. Because that is going to be yummy.
Cactus Cooler is one of the sodas that almost nobody had it inside of their house, but their friend always had it inside of their house. But what's really hilarious about that, right? No one's ever in this perspective of the friend that has it in their house.
Yeah, that's actually true. Like, yeah, that's actually very true. Yeah, I've not, you know, that's what? I don't know a single person that's had this in the house, but guess what? I have been at someone's house that's had Cactus
And
Cooler.
that's at Cactus Cooler.
So, you know, how does that make sense? Is that a contradiction? Yes.
Yes.
But somehow it appears, and guess what? I've never met anyone that says they don't like Cactus Cooler. It's just one of those versatile drinks. It's one of those drinks that I also think that when you start drinking it, it goes away way too fast.
Yeah, Cactus Cooler be disappearing like that.
You're like, whether it be can or bottle form, it just somehow.
So anyways, that's going to be the drinks that we're going to do.
So first, let's get our initial thoughts.
This is a really cold shot.
Mm-hmm.
It's frosting the glass.
Oh, I like that smell.
It smells like,
It makes me think of Seagrams in regards to smell. But
I think Seagrams are a beef eater.
there we go. Oh, okay. I see why he digs it. It's real easy to like go down. You know what I mean?
Interesting. It almost tastes like, oddly enough, it almost tastes like vodka.
Like the way it tastes like it's rather tasteless. You know what I mean? I guess vodka is rather tasteless too.
Yeah.
So I see what you mean. Like,
It's like,
but I see why he likes it because it's like it kind of goes down easy, comparatively to like what's the blue one called again?
Bombay.
Bombay. Compared to Bombay, which and hell, even Seagram's a little stronger with it.
Yeah.
Has a little bit more of a kick.
It smells like beef eater.
All right.
Beef eater!
There we go.
When you eat the beef.
How artistic. There we go. Oh yeah, that's good. That is gonna be I can already tell because it is rather tasteless. That means mixed in with the cactus cooler, which has way more of a to it. I am not gonna like I already do orange soda typically with like even Seagrams for example. I hardly tasted the Seagrams. I just tasted the orange soda. But considering this is even more, it has less of a kick than Seagrams. I can only imagine just how yummy this is gonna be.
It smells like nothing but cactus cooler.
Tastes like nothing but cactus cooler.
Hang on.
Like I can feel the kick still of the alcohol being there present, but
there it is. Okay, yeah. There's that aftertaste. I was like, there's gotta be there's usually an aftertaste with it. Yeah, it basically just tastes like cactus cooler, but there's a slight aftertaste of no taste, which is weird.
Yeah. But all right. So, just recently, a few weeks have passed. It's already been about 3 to 4 weeks since this season has started in our anime cycle. That being said, we are now at a lot of point in anime right now where you can kind of figure out whether or not a show is for you or not, due to the fact that there is either 3 episodes and at some shows 5 episodes. Like for example, Atelier anime has 5 episodes out right now.
Yep.
But most of the shows we're watching have just about 3 or 4, which is the Shuichi family, Aharan-san, and our slime waifu. Now, mind you, I think Dark Elf is on episode 4.
Yeah.
Did you check already? It was on episode 4?
Yeah, I believe it is on episode.
We actually need to catch up to that because we didn't watch it. We watched the first episode, but we didn't watch the most recent episodes. So we're gonna do that after this actually because they're not that long. So
yeah, it's like I think it's like 7 minutes an episode or
15? 12. Yeah, first episode is 12 minutes. So we're gonna definitely go ahead with that, but we're gonna just go through the line of what I wrote right here because I might as well. We'll start with the Shuichi family. Quincy, I will let you go first as a person who has not even read the manga for this. On what you think of it now that we're on episode 3. What do you think of it so far?
Well, so far it is entertaining. It has its moments of being funny. It has its moments of being wholesome, and it hasn't dove into the obvious harem that is supposed to be there. It hasn't dove into it yet, which is I would say very nice. You know, we're not getting
you're not being bombarded with immediately all the sisters.
Yeah, with like all the sisters just deciding, oh,
let's go try to suck his cock.
Especially with them introducing the little brother already has a girlfriend, so it's like, okay, so you're already established to be dating somebody, but he's not. And there's 5 sisters that.
Yeah, you're right. 5.
Yeah, there's 5 sisters that also are single, and you get along well with relatively.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So far, it's an enjoyable watch. You know, it hasn't done anything to like piss me off.
Yeah.
With it yet. So
there's actually been a couple of changes here and there that I'm actually pleased with the series because I'm a person that's actually reading the manga. Oh my god, the world's splitting apart.
Yeah.
I'm reading the manga of it, and Quincy
hasn't touched it.
Touched it at all. Not a damn thing.
I think I actually saw it once. I looked at it and I was like, I'm not gonna read this.
Yeah, and I'll have you know, I actually prefer the anime as of right now because the manga has a lot of pages for their chapters, which is actually pretty nice. Yeah. Because the reason why it's typically nice is because you can kind of get through the slosh of some things. That being said, for this series, it does not do that very well, just due to the fact that, it's just due to the fact that it drags on a certain issue that is supposed to be starting out in the series for a little bit too long. And because it's an anime form now, they can kind of just go through it really easy. Like when you're actually hearing it being said, because so far it's not like they cut anything that was so far in the dialogue choices of how our main character Arata is going through and all this. Not like they cut anything. It's just that when you're reading it and seeing how many words and how much yapping about but we were just brother and sister like a couple days ago, and I mean when
not my Momo.
You dead ass. Like it's just for like 5 chapters dragging on. it gets old very quickly.
Yeah.
When you're reading it,
Can get boring.
but at least for the anime right now, they're kind of like going past this and like in a sense where it's actually going, I would say, a similar pace technically to the manga. It's just that it's in anime format, so it kind of just keeps going, rolling with it, and it makes sense in a time sequence wise. Where actually his whole debacle makes sense in regards to worrying about Kodono, at least at the start, because yeah, she already tried to slide in your DMs when they all thought they were still related. Like, so you being concerned about her, very fair. And then the moment they find out they are not related,
She hopped on that chance.
she did not slow down. She went straight forward for it. And I respect the game, you know? I respect the game. I do. I respect the game. So I do
Game
think...
recognizes game.
Yeah, absolutely. If I was down bad for like my sibling at all, and it turned out that we're not related, charging, I'm Russian. Yeah, suka black. That's how Russian I am. So shit, like, like goddamn. But you know,
That's not concerning.
yeah. I mean, it's not because I'm not down bad for my siblings.
Yet.
Yeah, no. Like, whoa. First of all, remember, my types are the things I don't have.
That's true. That is true. Which is little sisters.
Mm-hmm. Anywho. But yeah, I at least have been having an okay time with it. Man, while watching it too, I was telling you, the only thing that made me like salty wasn't the show itself. It was the background characters for once. Usually background characters don't, like in anime, don't really piss me off that much.
But these ones,
because they be gawking. And they be just, like, staring at bro's sisters and just be gassing them up like crazy, fanboying. And I'm just like, yo, if I had to deal with that shit every day, oh, nah, I would crash out eventually. Like, it would not be we would not be chilling. I would be losing it. But yeah, so far so good. All right, up next we have Ahara-san. We are on episode 4? Or is it 3?
I think we just went through episode 3, right?
Yep, 3, actually.
Yeah, isn't that what we just watched?
Yeah.
3?
I couldn't remember if it was 3 or 4. We're on 3. Yeah, that, so far, okay, this is season 2 of Ahara-san. We've already seen season 1, and we completed the manga, for Pete's sake. So you already know we're quite biased in the regard of saying we're having a good time. Well, that's not being biased. That's just how we feel.
I mean, yeah, it's just literally how we feel.
Yeah.
It's just an entertaining story to begin with.
Yeah.
So,
and for the first time ever, while looking at the series, Ahara and Raito have made me go, shut the fuck up, or getting mad at them. Very, very, for a short while,
Yep.
It was a little too sweet for me. Too sweet of a moment.
Yeah, it's because the newest scene, or not the newest scene, the newest episode had a scene inside of it where Raito, Aharen ran as like hard as she could because it's like a relay race or whatever.
Sports festival.
But it's the athletic.
Oh, athletic. Excuse me, athletic festival. You're right.
Yeah, don't worry, I wrote that down right here.
Oh, yeah, you did. Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I took notes.
Yeah, look at you growing.
But so she ran as fast as she could during the relay race, and Raito happened to be there to catch her when she was all tuckered out, and they just had a nice little wholesome moment where she's like proud of herself and he's proud of her, and it was just like, wow, you guys are gay. Get the hell out of here.
I'm not gonna lie. I've watched, I've read, and never have I gone, get the fuck out of here, to those two. Until that moment.
Until that exact moment.
They do and say a lot of gay stuff. Actually, even from the first season. Like, things that normally would trigger me, but it didn't because I just knew, this is how they are.
This is what they do.
Yeah, as friends, by the way, not even as a couple. This is how they do. But now, this time, they're a couple, and I saw this, and I was getting angry. So, and I was like,
how dare you be this gay in front of me?
Yeah, like, what is this? So far, we've been enjoying it. I do enjoy Bad Boy Raito. From
Dude.
episode 2.
Bad Boy Raido was amazing. Not as good as Sick Raido, because Bishi Raido is still one of the best Raidos.
Mm-hmm.
And people can fight me on that if they want to, but I already know you're going to lose that battle.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm actually a little bit more of a fan of Bad Boy Raido. Just because, like, he does, like, the classic, you know, delinquent, he's kind of mean, but guess what? He's still super helpful, he cares.
Yeah, he's basically like what was it again? Evil.
Bad Boy Irma.
Yeah, Bad Boy Irma.
Or or he's like, you're not that bad. Like, you just have a spine now to kind of like make you can actually now make demands. This is the only difference.
Like, you're not going to make demands of people, but you absolutely can now.
And I mean, he kind of still did. You know what I mean?
I mean, yeah, Clara.
Yeah. Yo, that level of Anyway, going into.
Come here.
My lap is cold. I'm telling. Anyway, but yeah. So far, if you enjoyed season 1 of Aharen-san, you'll for sure enjoy season 2 so far. It's been kind of cool. The only difference between, realistically, the only difference between Aharen season 1 and season 2 is they're now dating.
Yeah, that's it.
That's really it. Like, that's actually, there's now an establishment of, like, they are dating now, which is the thing that we loved most about it when we were reading the manga, is the fact that, because I was admittedly worried that once they start dating, they were gonna, like, start changing some things that I wasn't gonna like that much. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, like maybe the way they do premises or how they do, like, chapters, and, no, not really. Nothing really changes. Raido still sometimes thinks that his now girlfriend is still evil somehow.
Still very vicious and trying to either do the most benevolent thing possible or the most evil thing possible.
Yeah, that's about it.
It's the only 2 levels that he gets.
So, it's really great. Also, we loved episode 2 and the fact that now we see just how his younger sister is indeed related to him. Is that she has the conscious awareness to kind of realize she's doing something kind of stupid.
Yeah, that what she's thinking is probably pretty stupid.
Except that one time she still said, I don't have any money. I'm just like...
That was, I mean, hey, listen. That's only because, Reina's little sister, is very intimidating in the face.
Yeah, she is. I love her. She's great. But, yeah, that's great. All right, up next we have Atelier. All right, we're on that one's on episode 5, actually.
That one is on episode 5. English dub.
Yeah, English dub. Yeah, because the dub and sub are actually competing, which I love when anime does that every once in a while, like when the dub and sub too. Because, I'm gonna be real, I don't mind watching dub, just because I don't have to read. I'm a Yu-Gi-Oh player. I don't like reading.
Fair bit of point.
You know what's crazy? Even though I don't like reading, Q pointed this out the other day that I tend to play decks that have a lot of words. And
he likes to play decks that have a lot of card text inside of them. He doesn't read them. He just builds them in EDO Pro and just starts clicking circles until he figures out how the deck works and how it functions with each other.
I was doing Raid Raptors, and I remember you like here's
I was like, what the hell's going on over there? The man's just clicking buttons.
Clicking circles.
The man's just clicking shit.
I'm just clicking circles, just trying to see how to get to where I'm getting to. Anyway, Atelier, what's your initial thoughts, at least for, Atelier?
So, my initial thoughts.
You're actually, how do you get far in the manga or not at all? You kind of you got a gist, really.
I basically just caught up to the anime.
Oh, okay.
I didn't get too far into the manga, but when it comes to Atelier, honestly, I think the nicest thing about this entire series, both in the manga and the anime for it, is
Kurt.
How Kurt is not what's the best way to put this? He's not broken.
Yeah.
He does things in this world that are ridiculous, I will say. Even if you put it in our world, that's ridiculous.
And you know what?
But it doesn't break the balance of how things are actually going.
I do like the fact that, I think I like the fact that he is broken on things that aren't a big deal.
Yeah.
In the world. in the sense of like it's not like a situation where I'm broken in this one niche thing and then it also spills over into other things like combat worthiness or whatever.
Yeah.
So like of another thing or another sub. Oh, I'm broken with my defense stat, but I actually have a defense skill thing that reflects onto my target.
I'm almost certain that he is absolutely broken. In combat, it's just that he's never had a chance to actually flex it.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's honestly what's going on, because he keeps on mentioning about his village and all this stuff, and like, oh, my village is this is normal in my village. I have a full understanding now that you actually probably can fight. I just don't think your village lets you do it. That's what I believe.
I also do like the fact that but
then again, we have never seen his village, so this is all speculation.
Yeah, this is him making conspiracy theories here.
I'm crazy.
Crazy Q. That's what they call him in Pasadena.
That's not what anybody calls me, period, besides this guy right here just to fuck with me.
No, I've heard it.
No, he's lying. He's never heard it. This man is never in Pasadena except to work at the Rose Bowl. And no one even knows me at the Rose Bowl.
Oh, no. The people that are visiting?
Shut up, you.
Oh, man. I remember heard some guys who were buying beer.
No, you didn't. You didn't hear anything like that. I don't care if I hear your crazy, wild stories about nothing. No one's interested in your tall tales and your Willy Wiles.
Willy Wiles.
Willy Wiles. Yeah, no one
God.
cares about none of that.
Oh, God, you're funny. You're funny. But yeah, the Atelier, I do like the fact that he also doesn't annoy me in the sense of he doesn't do the annoying trope. Because, for example, we do know that the trope of the guy who's super broken and strong, but he downplays himself. Yeah. But the good news is, he's downplaying himself in fields that make more sense for him to downplay himself in. Where he goes, oh, I'm useless in combat. I'm like, you know what? I'm okay with that. You can say that.
You can say that, and it's okay because I saw you stab yourself in the knee
trying to kill
a slime that was already immobilized for you.
Yeah.
It's okay.
It's cool. It's awesome. I'm okay with that. But then it's not like he actually downplays like technically. Mind you, he's not technically downplaying even his achievements in regards to say the way he built the wall for example. Oh, everyone in my village. Oh, he made it easy for skeleton to be purified when touching the wall. It's just like, you're not downplaying it technically because you're saying, yeah, this is normal.
It's like
as far as you're aware, this is just normal.
Doesn't everybody mind iron golems this way? Well, no, hold on.
Yeah. It's just like, all right, cool. You're technically not downplaying what you're doing in the sense of this is something literally everyone from where I'm from does. Like, you guys are freaking out, and I'm like, this is just normal.
Yeah, because it's not normal. All right, Lloyd, Kurt, sorry.
Whatever your name you want to be called right now, because
Rain. I mean, whatever your name is.
Yeah, fucking Rain. At least Rain's village got like burnt down, so like we can't get proof if what he's saying is truth or cap. But
Lloyd's village is very much there in abundance, and we get multiple instances of proof that your village is fucking nuts.
Yeah, we got it from the beginning actually. Just
from
to
the
prove
get-go.
it to. Yeah, so who knows? Maybe Kurt's village, which Bandana went to, stupid name, went to, and I can't wait for Bandana to come back mind blown and just like, yeah, that guy's busted. I see why. He's from a busted town.
Honestly, I apparently they have a rule from that town. You're not supposed to leave. I don't know how he got out, but he got out.
So
I don't know if that's true or not, but
I've been having a pleasant time with that series so far.
Yeah, it's been enjoyable.
I think it helps too that they're also not not gawking him like.
No, they're always trying to hide everything from him. Because
only one character is constantly Ray. Just third princess. The third princess is funny.
Yeah,
because he was like, hey, can I ask you a question? If you're wondering what my type of ideal man is, it's you, and he just brushed that off.
Yeah, he parried that real quick and said, anyway, so what I really wanted to ask was, I forgot what he wanted to ask. Something very serious.
No, it was, hey, someone after you?
Oh, yeah, that was a very serious thing.
And that was funny.
It's him finally piecing together that someone's after you, aren't they?
And, bro, the fact that someone, you just dodged that, like, yeah, okay, yeah, I'm not asking, I don't care about that.
No.
That was funny.
He parried that. He parried that. It didn't slightly miss him. He didn't dodge it. He actively just said, Ching! So
what I was gonna ask.
So what I was actually asking was this.
Oh my god! But yeah, so far, yes, because for example, a good example of a series where someone's kind of a big deal, but they just suck them off too much, is by the grace of the gods. God damn it!
What are you talking about? There's no sucking off that happens in that show.
Dude, no, there's so much sucking off in the first season. I'm still appalled there's a second season. In the first season, I remember he put that on. And as we were watching it, it was episode 4 when like he's doing like the crossbow or arrow archer test, whatever.
Yep.
And I was like, and they were just sucking this man off.
Boy.
Boy. Oh, so much. I was like, all right, I'm done with this. I just turned around, I faced that way. I started reading manga. I was doing anything besides watching this shit.
He gave up.
I'm not doing this. I can't. I don't got the blood pressure. So.
He gave up on the series because he was scared of the.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it. That's exactly.
He's scared of the glazing.
Yeah.
It doesn't help that Pokemon Sword and Shield also had a bunch of glazing.
You know what? That's actually probably what made me hate glazing. Pokemon Sword and Shield. Pokemon Sword and Shield glazing was ridiculous, dude.
Because there was so much of it.
There's one scene I'm still mad at. The very first scene where Leon like says, "Hey, who knows? Maybe I can face you at the Pokemon League." He's looking at you, but not his younger brother.
Not his younger brother, who he should be actually pretty
kind of excited
to see, like, oh, dude, my brother's starting his journey. I hope he gets through all 8 bad.
Yeah, no,
Jen's like, I did.
He's looking at JJ Reina and just being like, yo, maybe I'll face you at the championship.
What about me, big bro?
Hmm?
What up? Hey.
Hey,
Hop, dude. Yeah. Good luck on your journey, man.
Bro, yo, Hop went from my least favorite character
this man has such a hard 180 on Hop that when the scene where Bede shoulder checks Hop, initially he first started off after seeing the shoulder check and just go like, "Hey man,
what an asshole!
What a fucking asshole!"
What a jerk.
And then Hop says his line, which is, "Man, what's his problem?" And he's over here almost immediately going, Whoa, Hop, hang on. We don't know this guy's circumstances. I was like, wait a minute.
He didn't do nothing.
Here's why we started this.
Yeah, it's kind of funny though, because like Hop went from a character, and I think the only reason Hop became a character, which I became a little bit more fond of, is because like I started feeling bad for him. I think mine's a little more heavier.
Hey. I was not expecting that one.
But it was one of those where I was just feeling bad. I was feeling bad for the kid because I was just like, dude, not only am I getting all this glazing, but like Hop is being kind of low key, like being brushed to the side by his brother, by hell, to an extent, Sonya. Well, she wasn't that bad. She actually took him on as an apprentice or an assistant, excuse me, at her, as it becoming a Pokemon professor and all that. But it was one of those things. A little bit more. Thank you. I started feeling bad, and also he was working hard. You know what I mean? So I respect it. I'm that type of person where early on I'm like, nah, fuck you. But like, spend more time. You start seeing some people. Also, me getting glazed constantly. Also, probably made me like, yo, honestly, Hop, I wish I was you.
I wish I wasn't getting glazed, honestly.
Oh, my God.
Because everybody over here is trying to glaze me. Like, they just...
Dead ass. Like, man, I feel like it was your destiny to actually win, not me. I feel like I was your perfect rival, but you were not the perfect rival for me, if that makes any sense. But anywho, moving on to the last thing, Slime Waifu. We just finished watching episode 4. Yeah. Because episode 1 was we ran to the goddess again. Episode 2 was the slime conference.
Let's see here. So there was.
And then there
was the goddess.
Episode 3 was Beelzebub's place.
The spirit.
Yeah, the conference, the spirit conference.
Yeah, spirit conference.
And then the 3 was Beelzebub's place.
And then
now 4 is the witch hunt.
The man.
Wait, no. Wait, what about the zombie? Was that the zombie one also with Beelzebub's visit? Or was that the episode after?
No, that was with. Yeah, that was with Beelzebub's visit.
Okay, then the witch hunt. 4.
Yeah.
So episode
So,
4.
There's the goddess
Yep.
and everything else.
Yeah. So so we're on episode 4. That's what we watched today. So we watched 4 episodes so far. This is season 2. Kind of the same feelings, honestly, when it comes to Aharen-san. Because this is now, mind you, here's the difference between Aharen-san and Slime Waifu, as I call it, or we call it. Is the difference between them is Slime Waifu is a literal nothing show. It's a nothing show.
It is.
Don't go there expecting exact plot per se, or a grand story of some sort. Yeah, the world will very slightly change via cast of characters that you are seeing and witnessing and blah blah blah. But don't expect something more grand, or where at least for like Aharen-san, for example, guess what? Relationships change as more characters show as well.
Things develop.
But yeah, there's a passage of time. Whereas for Slime Waifu, not really. I could not tell you how much time has passed right now.
I mean, there really is. Yeah,
realistically.
there's no indication of months, days, weeks, years, nothing.
Yeah,
I mean,
I know time has passed.
There is years there that are brought up where she's been killing slimes for over 300 years.
Yeah, and the newest character has been around for over 300 years.
But other than that, there's no actual measurement of time of how long things usually go on. And if there is, it's only for a brief moment, just to be like, oh yeah, this thing took this amount of time. Okay.
Yeah, it's one
now,
of those
how long
things-
have we been dealing with everything else? Who knows?
I have no idea how much time has passed since after the 300 mark of the witch being around to now. I could not tell you. Hell, I really couldn't tell you.
It could be days. It could be months.
Imagine if this all happened within
Could be years.
Imagine all this happened in 30 days.
Yeah, everything that's been going on in Slime Waifu has just been, it's only been 4 days.
4 days? That's a lot of action. I see day and night happen. That's crazy. But yeah, it's a nothing show. But that being said, if you enjoyed first season, you'll enjoy second season so far because it has a similar humor that it's always had. Same chill vibes. You're not here for actual plot or heavy story. You're not. If you are, you're stupid. But
damn.
But
got 'em.
Yeah. If you're not, then you're just here to have a good time. Turn on something. The English dub is slowly catching because they started producing the English dub. I think English dub only has 2 episodes out right now for the season 2.
That sounds right.
So that's fine. I can't wait for when it catches up because I already know for sure that I'll be most likely rewatching the show while at work, and then the season 2 will start playing, and then I'm keep doing this thing. So, yeah, it's been a fun watch so far.
It has.
I can't really complain too much because it's another show. It's a nice show to just turn on and we just watch it. We see some silly nonsense or whatever It's cute girls doing cute shit. All right, that's what the show is. All right, that's really what it is.
Yeah.
To put it bluntly, there's no male characters that's established with a name and blah blah blah.
Yeah, there's not one.
So it's cute girls doing cute shit. That's what you're here for.
That is what you're there for. That is. With slight Yuri elements.
Yeah, which makes you think. Are they fucking? But they're not. But
they're not. But
you're gonna be like.
That's what you're there for. Is
Yeah.
Just to see
Listen,
cute girls doing cute things.
I ship
Yuri elements.
I ship Azusa with Hakura because Hakura's daddy AF. But
Alex, no one likes the elf.
yo, that'd be breaking my heart. I'm like, yo, come on, Hakura's great. She's great. She's great. Yeah, she gets caught by everything dangerous. Anyway, so what do you think so far of Slime Waifu?
Shoot, I've been enjoying it. It's been great.
Yeah, it's been great.
It's just a fun watch, honestly. That's all it is. You're literally there just to have fun and watching.
Yeah.
Cute girls do cute things.
Like, the only reason we started watching is just literally because the title's long as shit. That's the reason why.
We were like, this is a long time. I've been slaying slimes for over 300 years and reached max level. I was like, wow.
That's a long. Good job, Japan. Good job.
Yeah, you guys turned a summary and turned it into the title. That's what you did.
Mm-hmm. Now, it ain't no, Don't Hurt Me, My Healer.
The literal summary of an episode is the title of the episode.
They're wild for that.
That thing just speed running through as if anybody's reading that.
And you know who is reading it? Japanese people. Not like literally only the ones that are like super nerds for this series are reading it. Like, hold on, pause it right here. I'm translating this right now. Summary.
Gotta get through this. Make sure I know what they're actually talking about.
Yeah, like what's this looking like? But anyway, we're gonna go dive right into our manga recommendations. I'm gonna let my boy start this one off because he's actually put on a series that we've joked about by ourselves and talked shit about, and we will say it right now. We were indeed wrong. We jumped on his neck too soon. It just had a horrible title, but even the title itself is technically not entirely wrong in of itself when you understand what the hell they mean by what they're saying.
Yeah.
So Quincy, let's right our wrong right now by recommending this banger of a series. I'm really hyping it up right now.
I mean, it's not really righting a wrong. It's not like we told anybody
we didn't
not read this thing.
I know, but we're doing
sorry, I actually read it now.
We're righting a wrong.
We're not.
We're righting a wrong. Because he made like 10 videos talking mad trash.
Video that was made about
it. He was just talking another damn, bro. He was frothing him out. Calm down. He bit me.
I think we made like one joke about it. Actually, no, I didn't. I don't remember.
We made like one joke about it. Probably like really like we were quick. You know. What
I think we made like one joke about it during the podcast, but I don't remember. I remember making a wrong about it.
So let's right our wrongs because Quincy made a whole scripted video, edited himself. He was so passionate about just how dog shit he thought the series was without reading it. Don't worry, I also read the script he wrote and I was agreeing. So I will come forth and at least admit my wrongdoings here as well alongside my partner. And we're going to correct the error of his ways right here. Right now, Quincy, roll it out here.
So there's not a video that's been made at all in any capacity that he's talking about. You can try to find it if you'd like to. Good luck. It might be AI generated.
It's not. No. There's a video out there. Just watch all of them and you'll see the video eventually.
Alright, so besides the clickbait,
this guy.
So, the manga that I'm recommending is called Worthless Profession, Dragon Tamer. I know that sounds kind of weird. How is a dragon tamer considered a worthless profession?
What's a tamer?
Well, I'll tell you. So, dragon, inside of this particular manhwa...
it is a manhwa. I forgot that.
Yeah, it's a manhwa.
Yeah.
So, inside of this one, in this world, people have to basically undergo job changes, and they must level up inside of this world in order to survive because there are mysterious realms and dungeons that have started to exist here.
That's a Tambler.
That's a guy.
He has an X, dude.
So, yeah. So basically, it's kind of one of those things where like, multiple worlds connected, and now there is new powers that are following into this world, and people have to now cultivate those powers. It's not cultivation in that sense. Like, there's the Emperor Sea God, the Starry Night, Transcendent, Immortal. It's nothing like that.
Yeah,
it's quite literally like, you start off at level 1, and you get to level like 10, and you get to level like 20 and 30, and... Oh, that's, normal gamer stuff.
Yeah. No, we're used to this in fantasy worlds where they just turn the fantasy world into just a
real world situation
a video game.
A video game,
the fantasy turns into a video game thing nowadays.
Yeah. So, our character ends up getting the profession or the job during his job exchange to Dragon Tamer, which people in his world thought was absolutely useless because there were other Dragon Tamers within history. However, they were never able to actually find nor tame actual dragons.
And also, to be fair, it didn't help that while we were at trying to see if the series was really good or not, the problem was early on and when I say early on, I mean before he actually read further into it, they didn't really sell the fact that people just literally just either couldn't find nor actually tame a dragon in the first place. They didn't really sell that well because they sold more often that dragons were more present and such as that, and they didn't really present that dragons are just overall just really hard to tame in general.
Yeah.
In that world, they could have sold it a little bit better, but to be fair, we also didn't read that deep into it at all. We kind of read like early on, and then just like this is some bullshit, and then Quincy actually took the chance to actually read further.
Yeah, it was pretty interesting that the route they took, because that was just the idea, was that there were other dragon tamers in the past. They weren't able to ever successfully tame nor find dragons because dragons were considered a rare species. Now, they did exist. People did know of them. But they also did not fully believe that even if you were to be a dragon tamer, there's no way you're going to actually be able to tame an actual dragon. Which, that actually is so far kind of the case. Nobody inside of his world, including himself, has tamed a fully grown dragon. However, this man gains his dragons because of finding the eggs. And the way he finds these eggs is due to a power that he gets that makes him broken in the sense of he gains this ability that's called the Super Treasure Map System. It basically helps him locate things that are important for his job title, ergo a dragon tamer. So the very first thing that this treasure star system helps him find is his first actual dragon egg. And lo and behold, he gets his first dragon summon. And from there, his journey continues.
Yeah.
So it's actually, I would say it's one of those types of power-ups inside of a manga or an anime or a manhwa or a webtoon that is actually kind of nice. It's not just an immediate thing of like, oh yeah, so we're going to take your class and we're just going to make it a super broken class. No. All it does is facilitate his class to do what his class is supposed to do.
And based off from what you told me, it's like we actually see him earn said strength and such as that, which is something that I care about a lot when it comes to fictional world, power scaling and character growth. Who becomes more and more powerful, in the sense of they eventually see him kind of as a threat.
Yeah.
Because I for example, as much as I love overpowered characters every once in a while, there are some times where I'm just like, it doesn't help that a lot of these guys aren't really earned overpowered. Where, Spider anime is actually one of my favorite isekais right now because...
Ooh, that was a heavy hand.
Well,
I didn't realize it.
Yeah, where she's like one of my, Kumoko. She's one of my favorite right now for main protagonists because even though she's overpowered, even in the manga right now, it's earned. You almost died multiple times to become very strong. Like, you weren't born and then busted. No, you had to work for it.
Become stronger.
And that's basically what he's going through, correct?
Pretty much, yeah. Whereas, like, he didn't start off very strong, and then he got the one dragon. After getting the one dragon, he had some people that come after him because they were like, oh, a dragon tamer, huh? Well, if I put you together with this thing that's based... Because a dragon tamer profession lets you basically tame any kind of dragon or draconic monster. So most people that would become dragon tamers throughout the history just ended up taming draconic type monsters rather than an actual dragon themselves.
Okay.
So that's why they aren't seen as that strong.
Okay.
Is at most you're limited to whatever that monster is. So early on, yeah, you're pretty strong early on, but late game, once everybody else also gets the level ups, the power ups, the skills, the items. Suddenly, now...
There's a huge drop-off. It's one of those things where you top right here, but like there's a decline.
Yeah, it's a decline as you continue to go on because you're limited to your type. But for our main character and him being able to find all these different dragon eggs, he just continues to collect more and more dragons, and it keeps adding on to his arsenal and makes him more and more dangerous. But there's still other people out there that are things that he needs to be wary of. Mm-hmm. And he basically just can't go wilding.
Yeah, okay. That makes sense.
But, no. It's good. It's a good read. It's for where my expectations were at
Okay.
initially going into it.
Okay. And that being said, how many chapters are there out right now? If you
It
remember.
was 110.
110?
I think it's 110
Okay.
that I just caught up to. Yeah, I think it's like 110 or 109.
And where would you rate it at this very moment? How much would you rate it? To see if it would incentivize people,
I'd give it a, based off what I was expecting from it, I was expecting it to be like a 3 out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's like, okay,
based off the title.
Yeah, it's kind of stupid, and, obviously, no duh, but once they kind of built in the story and didn't play too much on the whole, Dragon Tamers are supposed to be weak kind of thing, once they just kind of threw that out the door, I would put it at about a 5.5 out of 10, maybe a 6.
Like, it's still like on the storytelling and premise wise, technically, it's still like kind of still generic, a little bit more than generic, but like it's still generic and average, but you're not bad. You would say it's still good rather than bad.
Yeah, I would say it's more good than bad. It's something that you're gonna go into it, you're gonna read it, and it's not gonna be. It's not
gonna be grand.
Yeah, it's not gonna be something overly stupid. Now, I would say the only stupid thing about it is how this job title for Dragon Tamer broke the level system in this world.
Oh,
but that's about it.
It's kind of dumb, but
that's kind of the only thing about it that's really dumb.
But you can kind of get over it.
But the reason why you can get over it is because of how much they do sell, how powerful dragons are, to the point where they're like, oh yeah, some dragons are so powerful that even gods themselves don't fuck with these dragons. And I'm like, okay,
that's kind of.
I get what you're trying to say. I get how
that's kind of dumb, but
how this level system could be broken if somebody had the power to control and tame dragons.
Yeah.
But you're telling me that this level 35 defeated a level 92? It's kind of that. Yeah.
It's kind of stupid.
You hear that? It's like there's not one video game in the world.
Yeah,
besides a first-person shooter, where a level 32 is going to beat play any RPG and try to fight a level 90 while you're level 30.
Hell, even the example I was talking about of an overpowered character, Kumoko, she looks at levels and she go, nah.
Yeah.
Because levels matter now.
Yeah. So it's like in this world, in Dragon Tamer, levels do actually matter to most classes. Just to a Dragon Tamer, well, I mean, how good are you at handling dragons? I've never fought against a dragon. Oof, sounds like not very well then.
All right, sweet. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad. You know what? That's actually good. How many chapters are you in to so far?
I caught up. Like I said.
Oh, you caught up?
Yeah, I caught up.
Oh, shoot. Nice, dude. Damn. The classic one.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, anywho.
I only started it like 4 days ago. What? It's 110 chapters. It's not that hard to get through 100 plus chapters in 4 days. It's not like I did it in 2. Which I have done, but we're not going to talk about that.
I don't say nothing.
There are some series that I picked up one day, and then next day I caught up.
There's a series. Hey. I'll be nice. There's some series I read the entirety of in one day.
Were they over 100 chapters?
Yeah. Actually, yeah, one was.
Okay, there we go.
One was.
Now he gets it. Yeah, he gets it.
Like there's one. Like it was only 129. But No.
Oh yeah, main character's name's Lu Fan. I have that written down in my notes, but I forgot to say it.
Okay, so my manga recommendation is actually an anime I've recommended as well before, but I've actually just recently decided to start reading it because I put it in my queue and I was like, you know what, you've been sitting there for a long time.
And it's Camphor!
No, the fuck it isn't. But it is Shy. I've never recommended Camphor. Shut up. Anyway, it is Shy. Alright, so I've recommended the anime for the time, in the past before, just because I thought it was relatively nice. It was nice the fact that the scaling of the world and combat is actually down. It's actually pretty low, to the point that, hell, believe it or not, maybe Homelander could actually technically beat Shy in a fight. Maybe.
Could be.
Because let's be real, like when it comes to the boys, their world power scaling is super low. But Shy is also relatively low in power scaling. At least where I'm at in the series is relatively low. That being said, I decided to actually pick up the manga because I was just like, why not? I have nothing going on. I think I was on the bus when I just literally decided, screw it, I'm going to start reading this thing. And as I'm reading and I'm catching up to it, I am finding out that I'm actually enjoying the manga a lot more than the anime. And I think because the fights feel like they have a little bit more impact and it feels a little faster paced. I don't know why it feels faster paced while reading versus watching, even though so far they haven't skipped anything nor got rid of anything in the anime or the manga whatsoever. Mm-hmm. There's hardly any difference between the two. Mm-hmm. I just think that maybe the presentation of the anime just comes off as a little bit more slow paced and boring. I'm not sure exactly. But while reading it, I'm finding myself enjoying it a lot more. The action scenes actually seem way cooler for some reason, even though they're almost the same. I promise you. And oh no, I know what it has to be. I get some nice angles of Shy in her superhero outfit. That's what it is.
That's where it
that must be it. Because I'll have you know, I will not say anything degenerate right now because Shy is quite the sweetheart. That being said,
she tries her damnedest.
Dude, she does. Dude, that scene in the anime,
dude,
when she's at the candy store and she was like, "All right, I'm gonna say it. All right, I'm gonna just bring up I'm gonna say this as loud as I can, get their attention, so I can get some help." The deep breathe in.
The deep suck in just for the ever so quiet and the ever so pathetic excuse me that came out of her lips.
It was
to the point where even you as a listener, you're just sitting there just like, wow.
You know what's crazy?
You tried your damnedest.
Like
that was your best try ever.
I'm gonna let you know right now. Quincy is very mean. All right. He's a very mean individual towards people when they look really pathetic. Shy looked so pathetic right there. He was not mean. He was actually, wow. You tried your damnedest, sweetie.
You tried your damnedest, you know. You gave it you gave it the good old college try. It didn't get you anywhere.
Sympathy and empathy.
You know what? That was you gave it your all.
He actually felt bad.
It wasn't good. It was not helpful. But you sure tried, honey.
It was.
You sure tried.
It was very pathetic. It was oddly just as pathetic somehow in manga form. Maybe because I can hear the anime form in my ear. But it was, But so far, I just fun enough is I just basically caught up to where the anime just wrapped up. Where now Shy has a cool sword. And
swing,
dude.
Wait. Shy has a sword?
Oh, yeah.
She's not a swordsman.
Oh, now she is. No. She's the main character. Remember I showed you that scene where they're skipping rocks?
Yeah.
Dude, I didn't even show him season 2. I just showed him that scene.
Every main character is really good at learning shit.
I remember when I first saw that part in the episode, and I was just like, right, Shy, you're the main protagonist. I actually kind of forgot. Because you don't really, in particular, you sometimes act like a main character, but usually don't. But then, in this instance, right now, you prove to everyone watching, you are indeed the main character.
You are indeed the main character of this story.
Yeah, like she figured out. I heard what the hell this ninja girl said about skipping rocks, and I'm just like, that makes no sense, but Shy got it. And
Shy understood the assignment and got to it.
Nailed it. And I was just like, no freaking way. That makes no sense. I'm making no sense. So far, I do think the presentation so far is just a little bit better. If you've watched the anime already, but you haven't read the manga, I actually recommend you go read the manga. Because, and I actually recommend you read it from the very beginning. So you can, because you'll start to notice there isn't a lot of difference in particular between the two. But it is one of those things where you might actually like enjoy the pacing and the way the storytelling, how everything is presented to you a little bit more. I actually do love the art style of the manga a little bit more. I feel like it's a little bit more raw. If that makes more sense. And
Yeah.
I do just like how it looks a little bit more than the. I feel like the anime is too polished.
Yeah,
And
it's kind of like the same effect of what's going on with Solo Leveling. Like if you look at Solo Leveling manga, the manhwa versus like anime scenes, there are a lot of expressions, shading, and just style that's different from each one that takes or adds in its own expression.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
There are a lot of moments where you're like, I've seen like the comparison between the manhwa and the anime. I'm like, honestly, I think I like the manhwa better.
Yeah.
For it because it really showcases what was supposed to be happening in that scene, where the anime almost makes it seem a little bit more relaxed, cleaned up, almost. Where it's like, okay, this seems a little too smooth. Whereas like in the manhwa, it's like, okay, this feels like it's a little bit more real. This feels more raw, more rugged.
Yeah. And hell, actually, I feel like that's what like a lot of scenes when they show like, for example, like the best example I can give is whenever they want to express like someone kind of with like a twisted expression. Usually the manga or manhwa of a series just does it a little bit better than the anime, because for the anime they have to like make it look a little bit more cleaner for presentation purposes. Hell, some of the face, like look at, if we want to use something that's a little bit more simple, that's not too extreme, use like Shield Hero, for example, where which I wish they kept this scene in the anime, but they didn't keep it there. When mine was asked, or excuse me, Bitch-san was asking for now Fumi for his forgiveness, and bro there, behave this bitch. I wish they kept that scene in there, but
it's fine.
But that being said, like there's some looks that even now Fumi's face made in the manga, even though they showed it in the anime for certain like scenes. It was like, nah, you look mean as fuck right here versus the anime.
Yeah, where it's like, you're still being mean, but it's not.
You still look mean, but you don't look as mean. Like this dog right here.
Yeah, the guy in the manga looks evil. He looks like he is praying. He is hoping. He is wishing for. He blew out his birthday candles before your death.
like where I'm like, yo.
Whereas like the anime, I'm like, yeah, he wants you dead. I believe it, but like, I don't believe he is preying on it. I don't believe he's looking at the Grim Reaper and looking at you and going like, go get her ass.
Please, I'll pay you. So it's one of those things. And with Shy, I like how raw, rugged it looks. The action scenes look awesome. Stigma, he's still a bitch, but like like,
true.
But I still don't understand his motive that much. Because I haven't caught up to the series yet. I still have plenty to go to right now. But it's one of those things where I'm just like, alright. Like, I understand it. I get his motive, but I don't. And so far, his motive is like super childish. I'm like, grow up, dog. But,
true.
It is what it is. But yeah, I say definitely check out Shy, the manga. I actually think the manga is better than the anime as of right now. Just because it feels faster. Ollie feels faster paced. Even for like the scenes where there's some scenes I've watched where when I watched it and when I read it, I just felt like when I was reading it, it felt like it was going. I was feeling with. I felt like I was part of the conversation.
Yeah,
but
you
like,
were there. You were like right there. In the midst.
But like for the anime, it felt like dragging, slow. I don't know if it was just because maybe the voice actresses that were there for certain scenes, or actors for certain scenes, because most of them are girls are doing superhero girl stuff.
Yeah.
Where like they speak at a slower pace, and also I don't know if it maybe made me feel it was just going slow. Not sure, but I definitely recommend giving it a read instead. And I actually would recommend don't even bother watching it. Read it first and then watch it, because I still say watch it just because I still like the series. It's a series I actually just grew to like.
Yeah.
It was one of those series where first watching I was like, you alright. The more I spent more time like giving it a fair shot for watching it, and then now going to the manga, I'm like, I actually genuinely just like this show. Like, I like this series, and I think I like it because it is lower tier in the sense of like power scaling. It's not also like, oh, everyone's broken and busted, and a main character has some stupid freaking ability. You're like, that's like, and it does help that Shy doesn't have anything that's broken per se at all. Like,
yeah, no, Shy is not. The only thing that's broken about Shy is her main character. Her main characterness.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah,
her being a main character is the only thing that's broken about her.
And even
being able to pick up tricks, skills, and talents
that she's just now
learning is the only thing that's broken about her. But other than that, she herself utilizing them is a whole other story.
Yeah, her learning capabilities is that of a main character. Whereas like when she starts trying to figure out how to use her fire, passion, powers and stuff as that, it's just like, okay, yeah, it took say it took a day was a stretch, but it took her like a day and a half.
Oh,
I know, I'm stretching it now.
So much time.
Yeah, a lot of time. A half of a day also, but yeah, it's just one of those things where that's the most broken thing. She's a main character. You get reminded you're the main protagonist of this series, right? I almost forgot, and I'm hoping that she doesn't resolve everything with Taka no Jutsu by the end of the series.
Ah, the Naruto treatment.
Yeah. So I'm hoping. I hope she goes with the Luffy route. Okay, let me just give you one of these.
Let me fix that problem that you're having with violence, and then you'll join my crew.
Oh God, that's always great.
So yes, definitely check out Shy, and this is a manga.
And also check out Worthless Profession Dragon Tamer.
It also has another title, which would be, I think it's called Worthless Job Title, Dragon Tamer.
I can see that.
So, however you find it, you'll be able to find it as Worthless Profession, Dragon Tamer. You'll be able to find it.
Yeah.
And then Shy is just Shy. So, check them out, read them both, and leave a comment about how you feel about it.
Yeah.
Because
we
you know what? As much as we like to make recommendations, making recommendations to us. Who knows? Maybe we haven't seen it. I mean, chances are I've read it, so good luck.
And chances are I might have watched it.
So good luck. But who knows? With that on note, I do have to say this right now. I have to piss like a racehorse. God. We're going to change up some things in the schedule here. Instead of doing this one, go ahead and get started on that one. Mm-hmm. And while I'm going to go pee, and I can come back and jump on it.
Get out of here! Alright, so, you haven't seen it yet. Actually, you should have seen it, actually, by the time that this is going up. But that being said, I recently have released a video of me doing some pack opening of Yu-Gi-Oh! Products. Yes, Cerritos Auto Square. I have actually recently bought a Maze of the Master set. And I decided to build some so wonderful, so phenomenal decks out of them. That being said, I can't build those decks yet because I remembered after deciding to build those decks, or that I'm going to build those decks, is I have a bunch of other decks that I need to build. Yes, I have other decks I need to build. And what decks am I talking about? I'm talking about Yu-Gi-Oh! I love me some Yu-Gi-Mans. If you haven't known before, that means you haven't been watching my channel that much, and you're relatively new. But that being said, I decided to actually start going back into building some decks because I like Yu-Gi-Oh! And I also want to play some more Yu-Gi-Mans. I'm going to make that guy play Yu-Gi-Mans with me because he doesn't have a choice because I have no one else to play with right now. So, that being said, definitely go ahead and check out the most recent video of my pack opening, please. Oh, he's back. But, yes, I have about 14 decks that I need to make. I pulled them all out. I did the math, and the math is mathing. And I have 14 decks to build.
By the way, if you guys are wondering, yes, he did in fact did that pack opening without me. So I will not be there.
They already know that. You're not there.
Oh, I mean, some people might know that. Some people that saw this first and didn't go to the pack opening. You don't have to go to the pack opening now that you know that I'm not there.
Go there.
I mean, do actually go there, increase the views for the channel. That's what we like. But just know, I'm not there.
Yeah. Don't worry.
So if that affects your viewing,
don't let
that's
it.
That's okay.
Don't let it. That's not okay. Don't let it.
Yeah, I mean, don't let it.
Go watch it.
It's okay, but don't let it. Just leave a comment in that other video, like, "Where's Q at? We wanted to see Q," and then he'll make sure that I'm there more often than not. Maybe.
I won't. No, I will if he pays 50-50 for every time I buy a pack. Which, don't worry.
I mean,
the next
we are doing that next time.
Yeah, so. Next pack I do buy, he's gonna be there because he's paying 50-50.
Yeah, I'm gonna help him buy that pack because I like building Yu-Gi-Oh decks too.
Yes.
I'm actually in the process of only building one deck, and that is I'm trying to get my Dark World structured because we got the structure deck. We had some cards that were already in hand, but I do need to actually get the danger cards for this deck. Yeah. The only problem is danger is expensive because
they're good. They're good.
It's danger.
Actually, what's it called? Go on my EDO Pro. See if you can update danger on there because I think the last time I was on there, it was like there's also new cards.
Yeah,
so,
there are
like,
some new cards.
You can just look in general, not just danger new cards, but like just new cards in general. See about doing some adjustments that you need, of course, and then we can look into buying those cards. I don't mind helping you build that.
Yeah, so I want to get my Dark World deck going, so it's nice and running. I do also want to build my Ojama deck.
Oh, dude, that'd be awesome.
Only because I love them. I started off hating the Ojamas.
No, I remember
a long time ago.
I actually told him he should build
because I thought they were worthless. I'm like, these are the ugliest, dumbest creatures ever. And then I became determined to defeat a specific type of AI deck with the Ojamas, and it made me love the Ojamas because I could see the potential in them. The potential in the Ojamas is so strong, yet Konami is holding them back.
Yeah.
So yeah. If you guys are wondering what AI deck that is, it's the AI deck of Chaos Max Dragon, Blue Eyes, Chaos Max Dragon. Where I've had a lot of RNG with that deck where things just did not go well. Where I didn't get any card I needed to get, he got every card he needed to get. I got every card I needed to get. He got the one spell card he needed to get, which I hate.
If you want to know Quincy's least favorite deck to exist in general or archetype, it's Blue Eyes.
You guys get the most support for no reason. For no reason other than the fact that, Kaiba played you? Listen, I also love Kaiba.
He loves Kaiba. He does love Kaiba.
That man is amazing. That being said, though, fuck you and everything you love about your goddamn Blue Eyes. Your light dragon has you have every bit of support. Every bit. There's a Link monster that plays with Blue Eyes. There's a XZ that plays with Blue Eyes. There's a Synchro that plays with Blue Eyes. There's a Fusion for Blue Eyes. There's a Ritual for Blue Eyes.
There's even some just regular deck cards in general that doesn't play with Blue Eyes, but they could.
Now, is Blue Eyes itself a very powerful deck? No, not at all.
Not really.
But you keep getting support. Meanwhile, my Ojamas only get support every 5 to 10 years.
I think the last time Blue Eyes was competitive relevant was 2016.
Hey, you want to know the last time Ojamas was competitively relevant? 2002 when they were put together with Level Dragons or Armored Dragons.
No. That was 2006, 7.
Yeah, it was Armored Dragons.
And they still weren't actually competitive.
That's what I mean. It's the last time they were competitive was when you threw them into something else.
And even then,
even my Toon Worlds don't even get that much love. And people love Pegasus. He was a cool guy. Straight white hair. People loved him. He was cool.
Oh, Yugi boy.
Yugi boy. Kaiba boy.
Oh, God. But, so that being said.
Young Kaiba.
I have 14 decks. Not including this other place that I bought. But I have 14 decks.
I have one.
I need
two,
to
I guess,
build.
in theory.
Actually, 2 in the sense of, are you going to build the Madolce deck?
Oh, okay, 3 in theory.
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to build the Ojama deck. The Madolces I almost forgot about. Oh, wait, no, I got 4. I also got to build the Ancient Warriors.
Oh, right, that was your boys before any of these guys.
Yeah, I also got to get build. So I have 4 decks that I need to build. Dark World's the closest that I ask you to complete it.
And I have 14. I have 14 decks to build. I have a lot of decks.
He has a problem. I'm just
whoa,
normally Yu-Gi-Oh player.
I don't have a problem. It's like that APS.
Do we need to pull out the 4 binders that are underneath the bed?
That's not a problem. That's 5. That's not a
Oh,
problem.
it's 5. Sorry.
That's a.
Sorry, I lowballed it by 1.
It's not a problem. It's just that the issue. My problem that I do have is I have all these decks that I'm like, man. Only if they were done.
Yeah, if only they were.
I keep telling myself, let me build these decks, and then I just never do. And I keep building decks on EDO Pro. I'm like, I need to build this deck, and I'm just like, I need to build these decks. So, it was just I have 14 decks, a little bit more. I do have 14 decks I need to make. I do want to. I think I'm gonna finish the Spirit Charmer deck first, just due to the fact that I have most of the cards actually done. So it's like, okay, we live. But, and also, I actually bought cards online a couple days ago. Okay, not cards. Like, when I say I bought some cards, it makes me sound like I bought like 3, maybe 5. No, I bought a whole playset. I bought 33 cards. I bought 33 cards to completely finish a playset of Libromancers that I wanted to play. And I'm excited for them, dude. Actually, I actually had a guy on TCG Player hit me up actually earlier today before the recording. Let me know. He's like, oh man, actually I'll just pull it up. Why not? He went ahead and let's see. Let me zoom in. His general inquiry. Come on, open up you. Oh my God, verify. You know it's me. But
well, they don't know that.
Yeah, apparently they don't. But anywho, yeah, he was like saying, I sincerely apologize, but unfortunately I can no longer find this card in my collection. I'm very sorry for the inconvenience. However, I do have a copy of Pot of Extravagance at the same rarity in the same condition from a different structure deck, Albass Strike. Would you be okay with receiving this card? I let him know, yeah, I would be okay with that. And he was like, alright, thank you for the quick reply. I'll ship out your order as soon as possible. Once again, I'm really sorry about any trouble this might have caused. I'm like, that's alright. Thanks for messaging me about the ordeal. So, he sent me, because I forgot what fucking, so I just chose ultra rare from like, or common, or who gives a fuck. I bought a card, and he said, I have the same thing for the same rarity. And I was like, I don't care what set it's from.
I don't care what set it's from. I just want to make sure I have the card.
Listen, I actually chose this because this was the cheapest option. I don't care.
It's Pot of Extravagance. Either I'm going to pay a buttload's worth, or I can pay not that much worth.
Exactly. I need to buy
SP Little Knight
card. I mean, I do need to buy SP Little Knight because he's actually not expensive anymore.
Ah.
Yeah. No, I think I told you. Like he's actually
like what, $40 now?
No. He dropped a lot. Like
$10.
Like $10
nice.
To a little bit less actually, which makes me happy. I'm extremely happy because dude, SP Little Knight was over $100 when he first came out, and let's just say Alex was not a happy guy. He was not. So yeah. That being said, I have a lot of Yu-Gi Man cards to buy. I even offered people to teach them how to play the game, and only one person said, like, yeah, you could, I'm down to relearn. And I was just like, when's the last time you played? And she was like, when I was 10. And I'm like, okay, you're not relearning how to play Yu-Gi-Oh!
You're learning how to play Yu-Gi-Oh!
You're learning how to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Because I think she's a year older than me, and I'm like, listen, Yu-Gi-Oh! Ain't the same when I was 9 versus when you were 10. It was not the same. It was not the same. The card game was much different and nowhere near the same. It's not the same. It's the thing you remember is not exist. It doesn't exist.
It's different around here. It's different around these parts.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's crazy. Like if you look at Yu-Gi-Oh, the way, oh my God, so much has changed. So much. Like if I showed the past me what Yu-Gi-Oh is gonna become, they would not believe it. They'd be like, no way this game's going to be like this. And I'm like, way. But, yeah. So I did buy the Libromancer set. Because I think I told you after, like, playing with them a couple of times, I was like, on EDO Pro, I was like, yo, this is live.
This is a fun deck.
This is a fun deck. And that being said, most of the decks I'm building in general are supposed to be fun decks. These are decks I'm trying to play for the lulz. And around, like with Quincy and other people in casual settings.
Basically, yeah, casual play sets.
I made sure that there's no hand traps for the sake of I'm trying to let the other person. And also, these are like tutorial decks I'm building, damn near.
Yeah, unlike his Marincess deck.
Yeah. My Marincess deck is actually a competitively built deck. Like, it has Ash Blossom, has Lightning Vortex, has Effect Veiler, it has Infinite Impermanent. I'm trying to make sure you don't play. Like, there's a goal here, a malicious intent here that is present.
I want to do all the playing. You just watch me play.
Sit down. What are you doing? Wait, put your cards down. You don't need that. Like,
Put your cards down. They're not going to help you anyways.
Like, why are you reading cards? They're not going to help you. What do you mean you didn't read your cards? That part. But yeah, that's been going on lately. Definitely go check out the video on the pack. The pack opening. It was, actually, I'm gonna say it was fun is not true, in the sense of, I didn't know what the chaser cards were. Hey, good news is I made my money back.
Then some.
I actually learned that after I finished recording. Like, because while I was reading them and saw the cards I got, I was like, all right, cool. Yeah, it turns out I pulled a card that was worth like $55. I was like, that actually actually covered my entire amount that I purchased alone. So I was like, nice. And I was like, nice after I looked at the prices of these cards. So, can't complain. Whew. That being said, now we can dive into our next subject, which is, of course, our anime recommendations. I'll start off this time, because why not? And the series I would love to recommend to you, yes, you, is My Wife Has No Emotions. Quincy, we watched this show last year.
Yes, we did.
And we thought at first, on the first episode, main character, low-key, mad, pathetic. You get no bitches. And you fell in love with a robot. That being said, after watching, we were just like, it's a very cute, wholesome show. Can't complain about that. It was actually very, very wholesome watch. It was, and the thing is, I do like the fact that even though, yes, he fell in love with his robot maid, basically, to put it as simple as possible. That being said, the title saying My Wife Has No Emotions, we do see her clearly showing signs of jealousy. Which is...
particularly in her own son.
Well, besides that, but like, we actually see her in general just like, she clearly shows levels of affection and care and actual love towards her master. And then, funny enough is, when they get a son, she shows some signs of jealousy that he shows a little bit more affection every blue moon.
To his son.
More than her. And it's very... when they all were cuddled up in bed and she yeeted that motherfucker.
Yeeted that motherfucker out the way, said, get out of here. This is
my spot. This is my spot, brother.
This is my time. You go somewhere else.
I was like, that's your own son. That's wild.
I don't care who he is.
Yo, that's crazy work.
That could be his own. That could be his mama. I don't give a...
I'm like, yo.
Hey,
yo. So, it was actually, very sweet. It's a very cool show. It only has like 12 episodes. And
it is, yeah.
And honestly, it's one of those shows where, alright, is it a little cringy in the fact that bro fell in love with a robot? Yes. Yeah, it's a little cringy. That being said...
By the way, did this happen after he got dunked by a real woman? Yes.
Wait, did that? Is that what happened?
Yeah.
I thought he was just like, never interested.
No, it wasn't that he's never interested. I think he had like a fiance or a girlfriend or some shit.
Why do I not remember that part?
Because it was like the first episode and it didn't really actually matter.
Like, I thought like he was saying like, man, I'm good for about no bitch, but Mina.
No, yeah, he had an ex.
I don't remember that part happening.
I'm pretty sure.
I don't remember that happening. Now, hold on. We will discover because
where's my phone at?
I'm on my phone. It's right. I'm already here.
What the hell did I do? Oh, it's over there.
You have no rock.
I'm over here, got all these different doodles and notes inside of here, but I got nothing else.
You got nothing else, you fool.
You know what's funny? When you told me to draw Blue, I started to draw Blue, but I don't remember Blue's face.
Oh, you do everything besides his face.
Like you can tell, like
Yeah.
that is supposed to be blue, but the eyes, the spots, I don't remember.
Yeah. Episode is brought up. Episode 1, Robot Eyes. Also, Tokino Sora did the opening of this series, which is really awesome. Tokino Sora is a VTuber, Hololive Japan, to be specific. So, definitely really cool. I recommend checking her out. I think her content's relatively fun. She's also, she's not, unfortunately, she's not wildin'.
Unfortunately,
Hey, what do you gotta say? Just something about a VTuber where my mind doesn't remember if they're wildin' or not, and then turns out they're wildin'. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like Matsuri. Matsuri's one of my favorites. Cause I go, oh, Matsuri, she's not wildin', and then I'm just like, oh, she is wildin'. She is actually wildin'. Don't apologize to her.
Don't apologize.
Yeah, just be like, fuck you, bitch. You in my way. Ooh, perfect white. See, proof that what they say. Buy a rice cooker because
You get the perfect rice.
yeah, even Asians do it. Yeah, I recommend this series just due to the fact that yes, it's very chill. It's very sweet. You know, you kind of like quickly forget Mina's a robot somehow.
I mean, you do.
And I think it's just the fact that she can't really express emotions, but you can see her do subtle actions that's very wifey material. And you kind of just, you see how she expresses herself through daily activity. Basically.
And how she takes on those activities.
Yeah. Like
Also in the care that she places towards her master or husband.
yeah. I mean, the moment he makes a bit of a remark saying, "Hey, be my wife," she takes that role quite seriously, and it's one of those things where hey, I mean, I found it very sweet. Like they ran into it, like they were like, "Hey, you my wife," and I was like, "Hey, yo, nice, bro." So it was really cool. I definitely recommend you give it a watch. Give it a peep at.
Give it a good old college try, like I did.
Yeah.
With Worthless Profession.
Yeah, because it's one of those things where it's a little cringy, but it's not that bad. Like because of her subtle actions and how she acts, despite being a robot, you kind of forget that she's a robot.
Yeah, kind of like with Upote.
Yeah, you forget their guns.
Yeah.
These are guns.
You forget that they're guns.
But yes, definitely give it a watch. Give it a good old college try, as Q would say.
You always gotta give it a good old college try. Anything in life, especially manga and anime, because you never know what you might pick up that doesn't exactly strike your genre. However, it can help you develop new tastes.
Exactly. And when it comes to anime and manga, I always say give everything a shot, because
you never know.
You never know. You actually might find gems. There's been many instances where we go ahead, we thought someone was gonna be shit, and it turns out it's actually not bad. Worthless Profession is an example where we thought it was going to be absolute hot dog water, but it turned out it's an alright series.
It's alright.
Twin Nanto JK, we thought was going to be hot dog water.
That was a really good series.
That was really good.
That was an entirely different thing than what I thought it was going to be.
We rewatched Nyonkoi.
Nyonkoi.
Actually really good.
Great stuff.
Really good.
Girls Bravo and Camper was still trash, as I remember it being. But hey.
But it's like, Peach Girl.
Peach Girl. That was different.
I thought it was way more boring. Turns out, boring is not an accurate portrayal of what you are.
So yeah, just keep giving things a try and keep analyzing them until you find what you actually enjoy.
I'm the type of person where even if I don't enjoy it, I'll watch it. And then
continue to explore, because even if you find it's not within the realm of something you enjoy, it might be something that you can enjoy within that particular category or genre.
Yeah.
There are a lot of people that don't like horror movies, but there are some horror movies they can tolerate.
Yeah. Hell, I don't particularly like watching or reading yaoi, but hey, I love Cherry Magic.
Cherry Magic was great.
Yeah, I went ahead and now mind you, I watched the live action, and I remember I said it to him, "I'm gonna watch this as a joke," and he was like, "Okay, man." And I enjoyed it so much. I stopped where I was with watching it. I went back to the first episode.
And then he had me watch
and
it.
I had him watch it, and he liked it too. Like, we just had a good time actually watching this series. We actually thought it was a fun series to watch. I expected this to just be male horny as Loki. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what I expected. But no, it was actually really sweet, wholesome moments, tame, and it was fun. It was just fun, and also funny. It's also funny, very important, and
super hilarious, honestly.
Yeah. But yeah, I recommend. My Wife Has No Emotions. It was a series that I was wrong on the idea of like how I thought I was gonna enjoy it, and I was pleasantly surprised. Definitely.
Because it is quite enjoyable, and not gonna lie, robot is very cute. Never would have thought cute robots would be cute, but I mean, like these robots are very cute. Even their son is adorable.
Yeah, he's so cute.
He's so adorable with him trying to just learn and do things better because that's what he wants to do.
He's so cute.
It's part of his function, but it's what he wants to do.
The funny enough is, technically, it wasn't.
It wasn't.
He was I forgot what the issue was as to why he was acting the way he was, because he wasn't supposed to become.
He's supposed to be like a service robot, basically.
Oh wait, I remember. It was basically the disconnect from her and the robot caused kind of like a glitch.
Yeah.
And because she's actually an outdated model and also has a bit, and also with her programming, a lot of things were different, change and whatnot. But yeah. Oh, dying. But this is a series that I highly recommend. Hope you guys check it out. My Wife Has No Emotions. And also, once again, robot waifu. Who... Anyway, definitely check it out. We would love to hear your opinion of it as well. Alright, Quincy. Let these people know what the hell you recommend.
So, the anime that I recommend... Sad Squidward. The anime that I recommend is going to be Yandere Dark Elf. It's a new one that actually came out. Another one that we've been watching. I believe it's about 4 or 5. No, I think it's about 3 or 4 episodes in.
It's 4.
And it is basically quite as it sounds. It's about a dark elf that... Actually, I guess it's not what it sounds like entirely. But anyways, it's about a dark elf that ends up following the hero, or main character, back into his home world. So we start off our anime with the hero completing his task of slaying the
That's the Demon Lord. Nomikai, whatever.
Actually,
that guy.
I'm trying to remember if that's exactly how it started. Because it more just started right when they got to the end of it. Okay, anyways. Because I also read the manga of it. But basically, the start of it is Demon Lord's been defeated. Our hero is now about to go back
That's
home.
how the anime starts.
And he's saying goodbye to his companions. And some of his companions are a beast girl, a human priest, and then some dark elf. And so he's like, alright, saying goodbye to everybody, and all that. He goes back to his own world. And once he gets back to his own world, he's just living his life. He's like, man, I'm back in my own world. I get to do the things that I wasn't able to do beforehand. And then the dark elf ends up following him somehow. We don't know yet as far as the anime is concerned. And because I'm talking about the anime, I can only stick to the confines of what happened in the anime and not what's going on in the manga or inside of the doujin.
Hey, yo. We're not going to talk about the doujin.
We can't talk about the doujin.
Because doujin's technically not serialized, so we won't talk about it.
Even though it's done by the same... Never mind.
Well, yeah, the way it works is there's doujin, Then there's manga, and the doujin typically only way it gets into the manga is or becomes officialized basically is if it's serialized.
Yeah,
that's basically the difference of if it's like canon or not.
Exactly. Even though it's done by the exact same, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, even if
it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
The point being,
serialization equals canonization.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So the point being is that we have a dark elf that follows our main character back to his home, and they start to live together. And the main character is a orange-haired Shota. So any of you out there that are freaks,
looking at you, Katie.
He knows who Katie is. I only know her from him, and I still don't know who that is. But yeah, you're a freak, Katie. And anybody like her or him, whoever you are,
her, she is definitely.
I don't know who that person is. It could be a he or she. It could be.
Let me know. I'm gonna let you know it's a she.
Anyways. Despite what this guy says, there's a Shota as the main character, and then that Shota gets followed by a big, busted, purple, black-haired fusion dark elf, which I like a lot. I like purple hair with the accent. What's up? What are you showing me? Who's this Whoville ass looking person you're showing me?
Damn, poor Katie. Sorry, Katie. Katie Whoville ass. Sorry, Katie.
What can I say? I'm a savage. Anyways, so.
Ratchet.
So, this anime right now is actually, it's pretty short. All it is it's 12 minutes per episode for what you're viewing. And which is kind of nice. And what you get is exactly what's there. You get a yandere dark elf that really is in love with the person that she loves. And she doesn't want anybody else to really be that close to him. And there are a few people inside of his world that do want to get close to him. But they're also a little terrified of his dark elf.
Rationally so.
So, and that's me reaching more into the manga than what was shown in the anime. I broke my own rules already, but you know what? I don't live by the rules because I'm a savage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What he said.
Yeah, that's right. We say cringy lines around here so that you at home can go, ugh.
Who put you on the planet?
Who put you on the planet? So that's what I want you to do when I say certain lines because that's peak anime.
Oh, God.
And that's what you're viewing while you're watching Nomikai podcast. This is just anime. You don't know about it though. We look like we're in real time, but I have you know this has all been drawn by somebody. There's just a really good artist out there that's really talented with hyper realistic drawings.
Anywho,
yeah. So besides that point, besides me being just absolutely stupid for no reason, yeah. Yandere Dark Elf is actually quite enjoyable of a series. It's something that is very fun to watch. You also do get a lot of
spicy,
very delicious moments inside of it. Let's just say if you are a fan of cake, if you love
Bon appetit.
Buns,
oh, I love
toasted to perfection. Nice little brown on there, you know what I'm saying? If you know what I'm saying it without saying it. If you also, for the ladies, if you enjoy a little bit of creaminess inside of your stories, you want to see a little bit of tasty ice cream, this is the show for you.
Yes,
This
definitely.
is.
So the two shows we're recommending, of course, is Yandere Dark Elf because yeah, and
Yandere Dark Elf is a no-brainer. Yandere already based, Dark already based, Elf already based, Shota very based.
Yeah, looking at you, Katie. And
yeah, we did that just one for you, Katie.
Yep.
Or Kurt, whatever your name is.
whoa, that's a different show. And as well, check out My Wife Has No Emotions if you want something way more wholesome to look at.
Yeah, if you want something that's way more wholesome, then you go ahead and check out neither of what we were recommended. What?
Wait, what do you mean neither? My wife has no much. Is super wholesome.
Actually, it is, yeah.
Yeah.
There are some moments in it that are wilding, but that's not a lot.
I mean, no, and the thing is that's wiling about it every once in a while is
He
like...
wants to clap that robot's cheeks.
Who wouldn't?
Who wouldn't? Honestly, nobody would want to not clap that robot's cheeks because there are people currently that are trying to clap robot cheeks. So you know what?
She's so
I don't,
cute.
and I don't blame them. I saw those robots that China had, and I was like, hey yo, I'm not gonna lie. Nah, see, you're in the wrong sound, Alex. The sound that you should be hearing is
ding 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 ding. Ding.
Don't see that shit.
Yeah, as close as we can get. But yeah, definitely check out those 2 shows. Pretty cool. Yandere Dark Elf. What? Make sure you lock your door if you live with your parents. And,
or you don't have to lock your door. Just understand
the risk.
The risk to reward faction.
I say lock your door.
Don't lock your door because the thing is, I already know that most of you, if you're young enough to the point where your parents are going to be concerned about what you're watching, locking your doors is going to piss your parents off.
Well, no, I'm talking about the people who I'm expecting to be watching this in general, which are like adults who might be living.
If
with
you're
their
an
parents.
adult and you live with your parents, don't lock your door. Own up to the thing that you're watching. What's wrong with you? You're an adult. Come on, be mature.
No, I say lock it.
If Dad walks in, what the hell is this? Oh, this is Yandere Dark Elf.
I say lock it and then just be like, why your door locked? I was changing. I didn't want you seeing me with my balls out. I was doing you a favor.
That's not gonna work for you, Abby. You know, every parent that has ever heard that excuse will tell you the exact same thing. Nigga, I saw you when you was
guess what?
When you was a boy with your balls out. I used to change your diapers.
And still say it anyway.
Don't do it. Just go ahead and leave your door unlocked.
No.
You don't want your parents to be mad at you thinking that you're doing something shady in there.
Hey, don't listen to him. Do it.
Don't listen to him. Do what I say.
Don't listen to him.
Don't listen to him.
He wants your downfall.
No, he wants you to get in trouble for no reason. I want you to just go ahead and bite a bullet.
Your parents won't get mad if you.
I want you to just bite the bullet. Your parents won't get mad at you if you just bite a bullet.
You know what? Imagine this. You go ahead and just knocking this what? If I was flashing you my asshole, they don't want to see that. Even if they've seen it before, they don't even want to see it. So if you lock in and say, "Oh, it's changing," I just don't want you to walk in. Usually, from my history, parents don't get mad if you lock their door. If you say, "I was changing," I was literally changing.
From my experience, if you locked your door, parents would come up and be like, "Why the fuck this door locked? I want some privacy." Privacy from who? You inside my house, motherfucker.
Well, don't say privacy. You gotta go ahead. That's why you put, "Oh, it's changing."
Yeah, even then, changing is like, what are you trying to hide while you changing? You act like I've never seen you change before.
Dude, I've never
That's my parents, Alex.
No,
you forget that my dad likes to worry about his only son. If a door is locked,
listen. So
there's gonna be questions.
Q. I am the average. Family. Your family.
Actually, no. We're both the average. We're the 50-50.
My family.
Okay.
Does things the right way.
Yeah. No, your family does things the other way. My family does things the other way.
No.
They're both the right way.
No, I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna.
You grew up in a classic white household. I grew up in a classic black household.
Whoa! That's not true.
Yeah, clearly it is because your parents are cool with doors being locked.
No.
My parents were not cool with doors being locked.
My parents weren't cool with doors being locked. They were cool with doors being locked when I was butt-ass naked. That's different. That's highly different.
Oh, let me tell you something. When it comes to family, it's not.
No, yeah, it is. You're raised the wrong way.
No, I was raised the right way. When it comes to family, it don't matter if you was butt-ass naked.
Because guess what?
Why is this door fucking locked?
Yeah, you know how I know mine was raised? Because I have my grandparents, who are very black, that go ahead. Guess what? Even if I went ahead, if I closed the door, and they heard that I just finished showering maybe like 2 minutes ago, they'd be like, "Hey, you good in there before I open this damn door up?" "Oh yeah, I'm cool." And then I'm in my underwear. There's like, man, you said you were cool. You and your underwear. Anyway, here, you can take out the trash. I'm like, yeah. I got you. Just a bit, just be like, I know you just got the shower. I'll be damned if you showing your balls to me. Like, mind you, we're my grandparents, so like maybe my grandparents care. Did not see my cock and balls.
They probably didn't. Because I'll tell you, no, that's true black people. Because I'll have you know, like, my dad's mama, his brother and sisters, everybody on that whole side of the family, we didn't lock doors in this house.
Right.
Let me tell you something. If you was butt naked in the bathtub and you locked that door and you slipped, fall, and almost broke your neck. And I can't get in.
Hold on, wait. Let me actually.
That bathroom.
No. Hold on. I'm gonna actually like intervene in the sense of, to be fair, your dad and his side of the family is paranoid. Now we
love each other.
Now we made a joke.
Listen.
Were raised.
We love each other. It's not my fault your family don't love as much as my family does. But here's the reality of things.
There's a whole inside joke.
Shut up. We ain't listening to this man anymore. You know what? We're listening to me. Okay, we're listening to me here. All right, let me tell you something. Don't worry about this nigga over here this way. Okay? Don't lock your doors around your family. I have you know, more families than not are going to be pissed off if you lock your goddamn door. Because if you lock your door and they can't get to you, and it's something important, or you ain't answering, they going to be concerned. You better make sure your doors are unlocked. You don't want to get threatened with what I got threatened with. And if you lock this door one more goddamn time, I'm going to take the door off the hinges.
Now, once again, may I reiterate.
So, anyways, now that we got to that part, back into
our
next subject here.
Back to what I was going to have on. Listen, locked doors in general, obviously, that's a no-go. That was not happening. Like, actually, to be fair, my bedroom didn't have a lock on it. Like, you know what's funny? It used to, when it was the guest room. Not the guest bedroom, the guest room. That's AK. Guess what? All right, listen. You cool enough to be like to sit in the living room? Then yeah, you stay in the living room. But hey, hold up. We drinking a little bit and we just trying to watch TV. We're gonna go into the guest room. We're gonna go over here and watch the TV room. That's actually the best way to put it. The TV room. All right, that's the TV room. That thing used to have locks, and then me and my brother moved in there to share a room, and they changed the doorknob to not have locks. I was like, that's crazy work. You didn't have to do all that.
I mean, yeah.
Then, like,
yeah, even my room in Culver City, it had a lock. The thing is, I would lock my door whenever I wanted to, you know. Again, just have some moments to myself. Where
there's some peace and tranquility.
Yeah, it was like maybe I'm changing, or maybe I was just like... Actually, that was basically it, yeah.
Changing.
I was like, I'd be like changing, I didn't want somebody just to walk on in. And it was just like... Man, who cares if I see you changing? You're literally my kid.
I'm like, and
it's like you act like I've never seen you change a day in your life. Like, why are you being so self-conscious about this?
The main reason, hell, actually, one time I did change the door because eventually, like, our doorknob for some reason just like was just fucking falling, like barely hanging on. I bought new doorknobs for our room, and this one came with locks, and I was like, based. And
nice.
And I immediately, and the thing is, one time I did lock it. Because I just finished showering and Anthony was coming home and he was just, yo, why is this locked? I'm like, I'm changing right now. He was like, oh, thank God, because you know I shared a room too.
Yeah.
So like you know like so him he was like, it don't matter how many times Anthony see my fucking balls and asshole and shit. That nigga don't want to see that shit.
I mean, yeah, no sibling wants to see their own sibling.
He don't want to see that.
Parents don't give a fuck about seeing their kids naked.
You know,
because, like, you're my kid. Who cares?
And like, actually, to be fair, like my parents, when I did get a little older, they kind of didn't care. They didn't care when I was younger, but when I got older and I started locking the door a little bit to change, and this is when we had a Baltimore house and whatnot. They'd like once I got to a certain age, their brain was just like. Yeah, they're just like, okay, we fucking get it. Like, you're not trying to... Because anytime... I think it's like, because funny enough is before, I didn't lock it. And one time they walked in and me, while I was changing, they're like, goddamn, why don't you say nothing? And the door closed. What do you want me to do? Like, I thought you were going to at least knock. I'm just like... I think black parents don't knock. That's what it is.
Yeah, they don't know.
They just. They're like, damn, that's funny. They
Yeah,
cover.
most time from my experience,
they just went.
Yeah, most of my experience
say nothing.
from my dad's side of the family is they don't even care. Most of the time, even if they walk in, even if your door's all just.
Actually, rather than black and white, it might probably be like northern. I'm northern western raised.
I'm Midwest.
Man, you're Midwest. Like
I'm Midwest, and the thing is, no, they didn't care. This is like you would have my grandma could walk in and just. Oh, you're changing? All right.
anyway.
So just to let you know, we're gonna be leaving in about 15 minutes. So hurry up. That's what I would get. Hell, even my grandma, on my mom's side of the family would be like that. It's like they don't care.
Yeah, mine, they be like,
they don't care. Naked flesh is naked flesh.
They don't do the digit. I ain't say what. Man, why you flashing me your ass? Look at me. All right, there we go. It's better. Yeah. Anyway, we can leave in 15 minutes.
Yeah, we're leaving in 15 minutes, so make sure you're ready.
Yeah, that's nice.
They leave. They close the door.
That's nice of them. Mine didn't.
Oh no, mine did. Mine would always be like, just, oh, you're changing right now? Okay, cool. So we're gonna actually be leaving in 15 minutes, so make sure you get that done.
Excuse me. They faux close it. They'll bring it with them, but they bring it all the way to them. I'm just like, wait, you trying to peek on me? Or why are you leaving this ajar?
Yeah, no, mine would kick in, see it, and be like, all right, cool. Here's what's about to happen, and then leave, shut that.
The moment I have a lock, I was just like, oh yeah, we doing that.
Because I'm not locking doors in any house that's not my house. Because I have you know, I'll be damned. I'll be damned if my door if I do that shit and then I decide, you know what? Who cares what they say? And then I come back home after school and now my door is gone. Where'd my door go?
Why you lock the door? I was trying to be considerate and not having my asshole flash you while I was changing.
That's crazy.
Okay, so
that's crazy.
I took your door.
So I wanted to be considerate and make sure that if your life was ever in danger, there's not a lock to prevent me to help protect you.
That's also crazy because like that's not gonna happen.
We don't know that.
We don't know that.
We don't know that. You know what? Actually, I think I know what the bottom line is. The bottom line of where the difference is. I'm an only child. He has siblings.
You know what? That's a fair. That actually might be it. Because
if something terrible did happen to me inside of a bathroom or my own room, and my door was locked and my parents couldn't get to me, and that costed me my life,
and also
they would be pissed.
And also, to be fair, what was the quality?
A locked door is all that kept me from saving my son's life.
Also, what's the quality of locks too for you? Like, because I was also raised where, like, honestly, if you had a butter knife, like you just.
Yeah, no, because the door
was yours like legit locks too?
Because mine was a legit lock.
Okay.
You locked the door.
You needed the key.
Like if you locked the door from my side because it was part of the door handle.
Yeah.
There's no like easy to like pry it open.
Okay. I guess also to be fair too, not only is you an only child, I have siblings. Like also, if you just had a butter knife, honestly, you can like fit it through the hole in the right angle. You just cut that open also, which is like. It wasn't that hard, like, you know, like, it was super easy, actually. So that also might be a difference, too.
Yep.
Which is always fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you want to know the arguments that we have every time, it always boils down to...
I'm an only child, he had siblings.
Yeah, it's always that. All right.
I had nurture, he had nature.
Yeah, survive. So, okay, up next, we have a few things going on. Just to wrap up for the podcast.
Yeah, we'll try to get through this quickly because we're already almost up to 2 hours.
Yeah, so of course we're gonna be looking at this is something I wanted to show him because I already kind of gandered a little bit of scrolling on X. And that being said, there has been a new anime adaptation announcement, and it comes with some controversy as well. That series being quote. Even the student council has holes, end quote. Now, I'm going to show you the video.
Okay.
And of just a little bit of you might actually recognize immediately when you see the characters or when you see the manga that they use to let you know that this is getting an anime adaptation if you don't recognize the title whatsoever, because I don't recognize the title, but I do feel like when I see the art style, I'm like, I recognize that, and I recognize the manga, but I don't recognize the title. And let me actually pull it up. I pulled it up on X, and I'll be nice enough to, of course, this right here. This series right here, even the Student Council has holes, is getting anime adaptation. This is a manga CM released a while ago by Studio Passione.
Damn.
Yeah. Apparently, the series is getting an anime. Now, mind you, I haven't read it, but it seems like it's supposed to be a comedy, funny series.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be a bunch of nonsense, and I look forward to it. Now, apparently, some people aren't. Apparently, some people said some mean things about it, basically saying, that, this is enhancing pedophilia, of course, because, that's always how it's going. It's always, when it comes to anime stuff, like, oh, God. Oh, yeah, there's the people making fun of the other people who are, being upset about it. And, for example, this guy right here, which I'm showing you right now, is just like, let's not say it's pedophilia. It's not that deep. It's not that serious. And also, because, it shows a bunch of, high schoolers and stuff like that, so people are going ahead and being mad about this. Even though, but believe it or not, this trailer that I'm showing you actually was already premiered, I want to say around September.
Mm-hmm.
Or September or October. That's where I kind of roughly remember. And these people are going ahead and here we go. Here's a good example. Let me make sure to bookmark this so I can make sure I show the audience as well. But all these studios so willing to pick up the most pedo slop bullshit to adapt into anime, but too afraid to pick up Berserk.
Berserk already has two different types of anime for it.
Yeah, exactly. Now, mind
it has the original anime. It has the
second.
It has
adaptation.
The remaster of it, basically.
Yeah, and it's garbage.
What the hell is he talking about?
Yeah, I have no idea. But so far that's the thing that's happening
also,
right now.
I'm gonna go ahead and say it. You can't be a pedophile as a cartoon characters.
I mean, yeah,
You can be a pedophile to real life children, absolutely. That's the whole idea of pedophile. You can't be one to cartoons.
Okay, this guy's funny. He's actually funny. Blacks and Mexicans when the anime isn't about gay 12-year-olds fighting for the one jar, one cup.
That's dumb.
Okay, that was funny. He's funny. I get the joke. He's funny. But yeah, that's something that people are, complaining about right now, saying this is pedo slop, and it's just like from this trailer too. Not even from reading the series, by the way, either. So that's always fun, isn't it? When don't worry. Of course, I'll be placing it on the screen as to what the trailer is that they dropped for this manga, or the screen that we are visibly looking at right now.
Is it because of the swimsuits? Is that really all it is?
Is
that really all it is? Because so far, even from the trailer that I've seen, it's just a bunch of people dancing. They're continuously dancing, and then you get to a part where people are in swimsuits and they do a little wiggle, 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 and based off of the people in the swimsuits with the wiggle, 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 that's the only thing that I can logically, in my head, think someone would piece together in their own deranged mind that this is equivalent to
pedophilia.
Debauchery?
It's like
pedophilia?
Pedo slop contest, and my opponent is Japan. Nice.
I mean, even Japan's still don't like lolicon.
Actually, hilariously enough, is they actually passed legislation recently to make the age of consent, nationally, 18.
I don't even care about that one. That's just kind of interesting because it used to be 16. Yeah. But I don't even care about that one because guess what? Japan still abhors and hates lolicons.
Yeah.
And they're the creators of it.
Yeah, they make fun of it all the time in their media, at least. And the funny enough is the only ones who don't hate it, technically, are the voice actresses because they still understand what it means. In the sense of, what's it called? Someone said, oh, you're a real life lolly, and she actually seen it as a compliment. because she understood that it just meant that I look young. And imagine my shock that woman.
Yeah, no, it has to be the
looks
swimsuit.
young.
It has to be the swimsuit part. That's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah, and
everything else about it.
And I guess the very beginning
maybe
portion,
where it's like there's a slight bit of cleavage that's shown.
Yeah, the cleavage with a Band-Aid over the nipple, I guess. But yeah, it's one of those things where it's oh, here we go. Of course, what do you expect from the homeland of pedophilia?
So everybody in Japan's a pedophile? That's crazy.
Yeah, so it's great. We've been seeing stuff like that.
I mean, no, if you want to really go for the homeland of pedophilia, you'd have to go to a whole other country, because they quite literally during wartime was all about pedophilia.
But yeah, that's been going on with the oh so wonderful series. I can't wait to check it out, just because hey, y'all hating on it. Shit, this might be a banger. And I've seen the manga popped up a few times. I just never check it out because every time I read the description, I was like, I'm not interested. But have you seen the manga? I don't I've seen it just pop up.
No.
Oh really? Every time.
For which one?
Hold on. Let me you can see it shows exactly look it shows at the end for the series that.
No.
Okay. Yeah, every time I read the description, I was just like, I don't care. I was just like, whatever.
I probably didn't really look at it because I was like, it never really drew me into it.
No, I feel you. There's just some series where I write I see the cover that they show for a manga reader, and I'm just like, I don't care. Or I just scroll past and not even have even a second thought.
Yeah.
Whatsoever, and but I do think that the controversy for right now is silly because the thing is, literally several months ago, no one cared. No one gave a damn. And when I say the thing is, I'm active on the app. He's obviously not. He doesn't even have an account.
I do not. I barely even have an Instagram.
Yeah, barely. He has one, but he's never on it.
I'm never on it. Anytime I am on it, I just look at shit and I'm like, wow, that's interesting, and then I go off about my business.
Yeah. So
I post more on TikTok, and that's very, very.
He's
very.
Hey, I'll be nice enough. We'll be generous enough. He's more active on TikTok in a sense of
very generous to say that I'm active on TikTok.
No. What I mean active is what I'm saying is he's more active on TikTok in the sense of he goes on TikTok, he watches stuff, he'll like a few things here and there. He's comparatively to Instagram where shit I don't know if they like a damn thing on there, but on TikTok he opens it, he scrolls through it, he enjoys he enjoys what he enjoys, taps, don't tap, shows me shit. Sends me shit, stuff like that. But Instagram is not even close. That being said, this is something I'm excited about. Nomikaing Season 2 was announced. That is too many losing heroines.
Which is going to be nice because we have been missing our boy. And his, not really savagery, but...
No. He's just roasted by, the general public. Every time he does something relatively, and that's wow.
It's not it's not aloof either. What is the word?
They'll go wow, you know what? You're a lot nicer than I thought.
Standoffish? No, it's not standoffish. That's the word.
It's just the fact that I guess he comes off as someone that people presume he's Maybe do you think they think that he's pretentious or something?
Not pretentious.
In the sense of when I mean by they think he's pretentious, I mean judge a character off rib of when they don't talk to him, they don't know him.
It's not nepotism either.
Oh well, no, not even close. Nepotism's when you get in a position due to someone you know.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the time, a lot of characters, anytime our boy,
it's not cocky.
Goes ahead and he's definitely not that. When he goes ahead and helps out people, or tell him what he thinks and says relatively nice things, they go, wow, no, you're a lot nicer than when I thought. No, dude, remember when the fucking Workers Association freaking was
yeah, they're all worried about him?
You're going on a trip with your friends? We were worried about you. We were trying to think of a solution.
The whole workers association. Everybody.
Everybody? Like, all of you were worried about me?
Don't you have anything better to do than worry about me?
Like, you listen, I'm not that big of a deal. Like, I am not that important to worry about on into a scale that you guys are going ahead and that you guys are now discussing about me. Because I'll have you know, it shouldn't be that way. Because, oh my God, because because, yeah, it feels, this is funny. Because, I mean, I'm looking forward to season 2. This is because I enjoy the fact that even though, you know, when he admits himself as being a background character, he actually is.
Yeah,
like
that's true.
Like, it's not one of those, oh, he's a background character, but guess what? All these main character, like, you know, type of dudes and people are surrounding him. No. And not in the sense of making, he doesn't even do actions either that make him come off as a, you know, doesn't make him come off as a main character. Like, there's nothing that happens that he does that's like main character vibes, and I fuck with that. And it's actually one of those series where instead, no, bro goes ahead and he goes ahead and he just hangs around these people, hears their problems out. He's there. Anytime they ask for his take for whatever reason, he goes ahead and gives it the best he can, and
he does his damnest.
And they go, oh, you're a lot nicer than I thought. And he's just like,
and he's always like, wait, hold on. How's everybody view me?
Yeah, he just points out like, well, what the hell how do y'all look at me? Because I'll have you know, I'm getting a little concerned. I would be getting tired of being this low key like this.
Damn, I know there's a word for it. I just can't remember the word. Anyway, I'm just gonna have to drop it.
Yeah,
I've been trying to think about it for like the past 5 minutes. I can't think of it.
Yeah, Nomikaing season 2 is coming, and I look forward to it.
That's gonna be nice.
It's gonna be fun. Right now, basically, the funny enough is the anime is following the light novel, not the manga, because the manga is actually also trying to follow the light novel, but it's behind the anime.
Yeah.
And it's not even like a translation issue. It's just or translator issue, as a lot of series have. It's just due to the fact that the manga's or the light novel's much further, and the manga's trying to catch up.
Yeah, there's more to pull from the light novel.
Yeah, so the manga was struggling to catch up to the light novel long before the anime was even announced. So it is what it is. I want both to hurry up. So yeah, it's been you know, I look forward to season 2. It's gonna be fun. The thing is, I find the character very similar to Quincy in the sense of, I just think like, yeah, it's very similar to him. Like, I don't know why. I make me think of Quincy every time I watch it.
I mean, I don't.
Well, it's because
I don't read a bunch.
Well, no,
off on my lonesome and
okay.
then do things as a loner and then have no one talk to me because I don't like being talked to. I don't like to enjoy my own peace and quiet on my own. That's not something that I like to do. Yeah. I don't know why me and him would ever be remotely connected to each other as some people that just find other relationships and for that of humans bothersome, except for familial relationships. We're definitely not the same at all.
Yeah, man.
Not in the slightest.
Yeah, not at all.
By the way, my mother and my father, best human beings I ever met. That has nothing to do with anything, though.
Yeah, dude, it's like you. There's even like where I was watching, I'm just like, this made me think of Quincy so much, in the sense of just like now. And the thing is, like the way I look at Quincy is he's not a pushover, but he will help. And you know, he'll regret it in the process.
I absolutely will.
And it's just like, I'll let you know. No. We're just like,
I painted a picture pretty well of what I already said. I painted a pretty good picture of the Tsundere lines of the things that I was gonna that fit in that structure.
But you know, I look forward to it. When the moment they said they announced season 2, I was like, I was worried you weren't gonna get season 2 because I knew it was actually very popular, But the problem was, even the light novel's not that far. So, like, I mean, they have, like, 2 volumes, obviously.
Yeah.
And whatnot. So, the second volume could actually cover just fine for an anime. Based off of what the schmucks are saying, the light novel community that reads stuff that I don't do. So, I was just like, nice. I'm going to trust your word. And,
Fair.
It's looking pretty sweet. I look forward to it. Can't wait. It's going to be a blast. Now, last thing, because we have to really go through this thing. We're already coming. We're at over. We're over the 2-hour mark.
I don't know anything about this one either because I didn't even see the first season, so it doesn't matter.
Exactly. Which we're gonna watch it. The reason we're gonna watch it is because my Discord gang watched it.
I mean, everybody I know also watched it,
Yeah.
and they keep telling me to watch it. And I'm like, it just doesn't sound that interesting to me, but whatever.
It is interesting. I do know that. It's just that I just have an aversion towards popular things.
I just honestly
I'm not
didn't
gonna
find
lie.
it interesting to me at all.
I think that I actually do think based off of from what I do know about it, I think you'll like it.
Yeah.
I actually do think you'll like it.
It's a possibility. It's
like,
just
I'm-
based off
like-
of what everybody else has been telling me. I'm like, this does not sound like
I'm
something I don't care
I'm gonna be
about.
real. I'm confident you will like it. But the thing is that like I just I dodge everything that's popular unless the only way I don't dodge things that are popular is if I just don't know if they're popular.
True.
Like for example, I watched My Dress Up Darling. I didn't know that was gonna be a popular series.
I didn't know it was gonna be a popular series. It was quite enjoyable though.
Yeah, damn right. I tend to just have an aversion towards popular series because a lot of people hype up shows, and I don't trust them. I don't trust people when they hype up shows. So
True.
I'm just a little skeptical on it. But this is a series where the main reason I do have relatively high hopes and I do believe they're fine is, I mean, hey, Discord gang liked it. So, I'm just like,
That's fair.
where I'm just like, if you guys liked it and enjoyed it, I trust you. Like, you guys won't hype up a show that much, as far as I know. So, alright, I'm gonna play the trailer for us, of course, because I haven't seen either. I saw it was they just dropped. Actually, I saw it today that they dropped it. So we're gonna be looking at the Dandadan Season 2 official trailer. We will be watching it, and I think it'd be a good idea if we can do like a quick video series on that actually, on Dandadan. Just give our initial thoughts and stuff like that.
Okay.
And the cool stuff, but I don't know. Either we'll make a video series or we'll go ahead and just talk about it in one quick session, basically, on the Nomikai podcast. So let's get started. Let's just watch the trailer, and then we'll give it a look-see. We will check it out just due to the fact that I should finally watch it. My first excuse to not watching it was I wanted to first let the show finish making its show.
Yeah.
And I was like, it seems kind of lit based on what I have seen. And there's certain scenes in there where I'm like, okay, I gotta watch the fucking show. But
Yeah, there's some violent moments in there.
let's get to this oh so wonderful scene. Or not scene, but trailer. Of course, I'll put it on them right here for you guys to look at. But yeah, I'm actually curious in checking it out finally, just because what I've learned from things, whenever things get multiple seasons is, and not only that, with popular shows are popular for a reason. You know what I mean? Like, I do understand why certain shows are popular, and it's one of those things where I'm just like, okay, I have to give Dandadan a fair shake, and
Okay.
and it actually does seem kind of like a fun show to watch. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I give it that. It's just like a fun show to watch.
Like I can
It's
give
just
it,
not anything that I've really looked at and I was like, oh, I'd be interested in this.
like, and also
Now, mind you, I'm interested in a lot of random shit anyway, so that's not a good bar of measurement.
yeah, but oh god, Q. You gotta be quicker than that. The gorilla, like, oh, freak! I forgot we were watching that show. We gotta watch the new episodes for that, but we'll do that later. But anyway, yeah, it is what it is. Like,
It is what it is.
Yeah, we'll get onto this show at some point because it does seem like a show that will be fun.
Yeah, and a lot of people have been enjoying it. I've been seeing all kinds of clips of it from online, so...
Yeah. And that being said, once again, if a show is popular, it's popular for a reason. Like,
yeah.
It can't... I haven't seen a show that's popular that's bad.
Almost all of my coworkers are loving this show.
Yeah. And, Discord gang for me, they love this show. So, I'm just like, okay, actually, funny enough, is the reason why I watched Chainsaw Man is literally because of Discord gang loving the manga, and they've already watched the show, and they were just like, they were just obsessed with it every time they updated, and I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Let me go ahead and finally watch the show.
Fair.
Like, I've read like only the first volume of the manga because my friend Marco had it, and I was like, fuck, I'm gonna check it out, and I read it, and I was like, this seems pretty sick. And then when they announced an anime, I was like, oh shit. Good anime. Maybe I'll check it out. And I just never did until relatively recently. I was like, damn, okay, I see why people fucking like it. Yeah, the law of nature is the show's popular for a reason. Like, there's a reason why it's popular.
Yeah.
So, like, even I know if a show's popular, typically it's not bad. At the worst, it's usually just like, you alright.
You're alright, yeah.
But most of the time, you're pretty good. Like, you're pretty good. Like, I couldn't actually name a show that was very popular and just bad. Like, even if I use the extreme example of Sword Art Online, no, first season was fine.
Yeah, first season was fine.
And
second season was okay.
It was
it was okay. It was okay.
Yeah.
Third season was just all over the place.
Yeah, and then after...
I still don't believe that his random PTSD should have just kicked in out of nowhere.
But that being said, that being said, I don't really know how PTSD works either. Touche.
As far as I know from what I've seen, PTSD is something that once an event that happens to you causes you to have PTSD of that event.
Like, what I mean by like it does
it's kind of there for life.
Like, but what I mean by that is like I don't like because obviously the way PTSD works for everyone is like
it varies.
Different. So it's one of those things where I'm just like, you know what? Who knows? You actually might be technically right.
Yeah, you could be technically right, but based on what I've seen, whatever it sounds like Vietnam veterans, right? A lot of Vietnam veterans don't do well around fireworks.
Yeah, but
sudden explosions, right?
Yeah.
And the thing is, they got out of there, came back home, and sudden explosions kind of triggered them.
I mean, yeah. It's just
sudden sounds. It triggered them.
Yeah, but
and from what I've gotten from PTSD is that a specific action will set you off in a volatile state.
Yeah, volatile and erratic way.
And it's not based off of the amount of time you spent away from that thing.
Yeah.
It's based off of the event of when you initially experienced that trauma.
Well, yeah,
right?
Yeah.
That's
why PTSD.
That's a typical idea of PTSD.
But the thing is though, because PTSD isn't just that. It's literally when I was like, I mean, you're right. It's just that the presentation. It's one of those. The presentation could have been better, I guess technically.
I guess.
Like for SAO, where the presentation of the PTSD they want to give could be better.
Had he had his PTSD show up inside of Affelheim. Online.
I think
basically
that
season 2.
I think that would be a little better.
The main bad guy was doing the whole thing of keeping Asuna trapped inside of a video game.
Because that was how many months was that past again?
Kirito having to fight against him, and then him turning off the safety measures of the pain threshold and all of that trying to get Kirito to whatever to give up, or I can't remember exactly, but basically his PTSD should have kicked in around the time around when the limiter got turned off, but he didn't. It didn't kick in. It only kicked in once he heard that a guy was going around killing people instead of another video game, and I was like, okay, so your PTSD is
actually, I guess
locked into people dying from a video game rather than feeling pain from a video game.
Which that's not bad itself.
It's not bad writing.
It's not even bad writing itself.
But you didn't showcase that was what was happening.
Yeah. And it's just it could have been presented a little
You just
better.
made him go through Alfheim. You basically made Kirito go through season 2 with no problem at all. There was no issue.
Where the thing is, like, in the
even
stakes,
when he got to the point where he could have died,
and the stakes
in
stakes in second season wasn't as high comparatively, so it does come off as weird. But it's literally a technically okay thing. But
oh my god, this is going through me. I gotta go to the bathroom again.
Oh my god.
I know, right?
We're about to wrap up.
I know we're about to wrap up, but
continue
with your point.
But I mean, no, that was kind of it. Where it's just like
no, there's more. There's more to it because
it's one of those things. Like, yeah, it could have been presented better. That's really it. But it's one of those things where it's not technically bad. It just could have been done better. We should actually try to revisit SAO. Cause we haven't watched that in a while. So we should definitely revisit SAO. Give that another watch. Oh my god. Dun 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 is one of those series where we have it's hard. It's it's popular for a reason. So we should definitely go check it out. We will check it out. We could probably get started watching that. Not tomorrow. Definitely not tomorrow.
I mean, we can do it tomorrow.
Well, it's just that, you're going to come home from work. We're going to go to the gym. And I kind of feel tired after the gym. You know what I mean?
Well, the reason why I'm saying we can technically do it tomorrow is because, I think I have dentist appointment tomorrow.
Oh, you do?
So I'm not going to...
Oh, I thought you were going to go to Orange.
I mean, if I was going to go to Orange, it's only because...
Was it Orange? Was that right? Was it Orange?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just so I can train some people.
Yeah.
But that's not going to take more than an hour or two.
Oh, okay.
So I'll be back here by 4 or 5.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess it depends if I work a full shift or not, then at that point.
Yeah.
Okay. And I probably won't. But, if I do, then we definitely can't. But anyway... Enough nonsense. We did a lot of yapping, a lot of flapping, and I think we're good. I'm good. I think we're good. I think we talked about a bunch of stuff that we wanted to, and we'll definitely, of course, be back again next week because we like sitting here drinking, yapping, and having a good old time with you and with my boy here.
And this guy.
Ah, shucks. Stop it.
You don't matter though. However, you do matter when you like, comment, and subscribe. So, make sure you ring that bell as well, because that's how you matter the most.
That's true. So, that being said, we're going to wrap things up, because it's already been about 2 hours and 15 minutes. A little bit over, technically, because I started this timer a little bit later. And that being said, we enjoyed ourselves here, and all that cool stuff. So, that being said, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz, cookies and milk. Ring that notification bell, all that jazz.
Ring it.
Ring it. And join us again real soon because I'm making videos, of course. I have actually quite a few to record. I actually wrote a few scripts here and there. So
I might have more artwork I have to post eventually, but who knows?
That being said, yeah. Also, follow...
I only post on TikTok when I've been drinking.
Yeah. So, follow the Nomikai podcast on TikTok. He runs it. So, you'll see cute artwork and him being semi-drunk And
because that's what the Nomikai podcast is all about, baby.
Yeah, I have him just read it. I need to make sure I send you clips, basically, of whatever the fuck I record.
Yeah, and then I'll post it on my TikTok, or on the TikTok, not my TikTok,
on
TikTok.
the TikTok account. So and all that cool stuff. Also, be sure to subscribe to the Cosmo Network as well, because I work for them. So
because we are affiliated. That's a good word.
Yeah, we're affiliated with the Cosmo Network.
You know what? I don't like the fact that I came up with that word faster than I came up with the word for what done would be. But you know, it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
My brain only does certain brain activities in small increments.
First, one more shot, as if you may.
Another shot or another drink?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, boy.
Because we'll do one more shot before we sign on off. Why not? I always have good ideas, don't I? Don't look back to the Christian Brother Brandy thing. Oh, yeah. Almost threw up.
Yeah, that's all. It's like I took a smell of it. I'm like, I don't know about this. I think we did like 3 drinks of that.
I don't care.
All right.
Give me that, baby. I'm going to feel it in the morning. What I mean I'm feeling in the morning, I don't mean I'm a hangover. I just mean like usually and typically whenever I have to use, when I wake up, I have to use the bathroom. And I just say, the bathroom is bathrooming. Well, pour us a little bit of a here. I'll do it. Actually.
You know, hey, I got it.
I'll say pour a little bit right here. You know, the chaser.
No, we're not gonna do that.
No, what are you doing? Hey. Oh, the perfect amount. There we go. There we go. Perfect. Arrivederci, I'm gonna leave before the battle begins.
I'm gonna die.
No, you won't. Quincy ain't no bitch.
Well, this is the last time you guys see me on the Nomikai podcast. It was nice to know you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and ring that notification bell so that you can commemorate the last time that Q was on this earth.
This is gonna be so yummy.
Oh, this is gonna hurt. Actually, that was pretty tasty, I'm not gonna lie.
And we'll see you guys next time. Johnny!